Okay, I guess just position your camera because you on mine. Are you? Let me make sure you and we'll just jump right in. I'm gonna balance you out just a little bit. What does impudent mean? Like you can't discern, like reprobate. Like, hey, you got one of them $100 joints.
What, to my
Huh? Okay, how much you pay? I might have paid like $29. I might have paid like $29.99 for mine. All right, your camera rolling. You at 1 minute. You rolling. Make sure I'm rolling. At 325. Of course, we're gonna start off with Jeremiah 28:8. Whoever got that. Then you would not come on back. We'll start with there and then we'll move around. Yes, sir. All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of y'all beloved America, which is known in the Bible by many mystery names, being Mystery Babylon, right? Right, Sodom, Egypt, right? And guess what? This is the same Babylon that's written up in the scriptures that's prophesied to be destroyed by all of its allies, right? It says that the beast shall hate the whore. And now, the beast being NATO, the beast being the European Union, right, the revised Roman Empire, now you see throughout the earth, all of America's allies, right, they have a very bad taste in their mouth concerning America, right? America is being blamed for this biological plague that's hit all of the nations, right? This pandemic, pan being all demic meaning diseases, right? And this pandemic, they're saying is being manufactured and assimilated throughout the earth by no other than y'all beloved so-called white man. Esau Edom, as the Bible calls it, right? All these years y'all watch the movies, y'all look at the white man as he's the Incredible Hulk, as if he's the Avengers, Superman, Batman, when he's the same old rotten, diabolical piece of shit that he's been since the Most High created him in the womb of his foremother, Sarah, right? That same Edomite that was red and hairy and that was born estranged from the womb. You know, now he's going throughout the earth and now the nations are mad, like it says in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter. The nations are angry, right? And guess what? That man of perdition, that man of destruction is being revealed. For the longest throughout the earth, it was illegal for us to read. It was illegal for us to gather together in groups over a certain number during the Jim Crow times. But we were brought low for our correction, for our disobedience. And just as the scriptures prophesied, as we return our hearts back to the Father, he's gonna lift those curses off of us and put them on our open enemies, right? One being the chiefly the so-called white man, down to these so-called gooks that are crying out, screaming xenophobia, discrimination. Nobody is coming into our businesses, now we gotta shut down. Now these are the same gooks, the same Chinese that will knock our grandmothers across the head when she going to their nail salon and she just seems like she's not gonna pay or she's dissatisfied with the service, right? These are the same gooks that tell us hurry up and buy when we go into their stores. They don't want us to be in their stores, and guess what? They'll profile us. Now that they get a taste of what it is to be a so-called Black, Latino, and Native American in this society, they're crying out. you know, they need to have laws passed to give them support, to keep their businesses open through this pandemic, right? But the Lord's men, the Lord's servants have been coming out giving our people warning, like it tells us in Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, right? But 2/3 of our people won't lay it to heart. They won't even consider why they were brought here in the first place. They won't even consider who they are in the earth and what their responsibility is. And guess what? For not taking what we have to say, our message, seriously, guess what? They're gonna have to go through a plethora of different judgments in the earth, right? You cannot go ahead and get Jeremiah 28.
Jeremiah 28:8.
Come.
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? That's what we prophesy. That's what we give warning to our people about. Understand? And guess what? We are giving our people warning in the same fashion as the prophets of old, as our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well, right? And also, hey, the brothers that are raising up in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth, giving this message for free to our people. Why? Why? Because we truly love our people. We truly want to be champions for our nation. We want to see our people elevated and made to praise in the earth, right? And hey, peace and salutations to the many brothers that are laboring, right? Throughout the earth, in truth and sincerity, right? While a lot of people are playing around and not laying to heart the times that we're in, guess what? We understand that it's a very serious time that we're living in. Like it says in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, to everything there's a season, right? There's a time to play, there's a time to get serious. And guess what? The men of the nation of Israel, if you're a so-called black, Latino, a Native American, and you out here playing around, guess what? You're gonna be brought low. You're gonna be going to your mama, you're gonna be going to kick doors and rob and do all type of stuff. Why? Because when that time of repentance was open, they chose folly rather than to get serious, rather than lay to heart that guess what? You are the leader of your household. They want to look at their mother as the leader, or they want to blame their father for not being the leader, right? When a man of the Lord, guess what? We're going to take full responsibility for the situation that we're in. Yes, we see that we can place blame on the so-called white man, the heathen. A lot of men even want to blame the women. But we do what you call taking accountability for being in this condition, because we understand that the kingdom of heaven is within us, right? We understand that Zechariah 13:8, it has a 2/3, but that gathering of that house of David, we understand that we want to be a brick in that foundation of that house, right along with the cornerstone of that foundation, which is Yahweh Shai. And we have a fighting chance. Why? Because we have breath in our lungs. You know, the Most High is extended us another day of mercy to come out and try to achieve that goal of salvation for us and our entire household. You see that? But Salakia, it was a little foolishness. You can bring out Jeremiah 28:8 one more time, bro.
Jeremiah 28:8.
Good.
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
That's right. It said the prophets of old, when we were in our captivity in the Roman Empire, in the Assyrian Empire, in Egypt, in ancient Babylon. Guess what? Before that society fell, that had the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Most High is merciful. He loves his people. Wherever we're scattered, even in captivity, enough to raise up apostles, raise up prophets, raise up ministers and leaders to give them warning before that society is downtrodden. Get Amos 3:6, somebody real quick. You can bring out what you got in Matthew 24:6.
This is Matthew 24:6.
Good.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Woo! Bring that out one more time, brother, I know.
This is Matthew 24:6.
Good.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for these things must come to pass.
That's right. You know, the transition in the wicked being taken out of power and a righteous kingdom being established, like it says in 2nd Esdras, I believe it's 6 and 7. It said Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And that world is aeon, meaning that rulership of the so-called white man as he goes out of power. Guess what? There's going to be a transitional discomfort for everyone within this place. That's why it says the righteous shall what scarcely be saved. You know, the righteous, it said we're going to inherit the kingdom through much tribulation. So even the righteous man, we're going to have to be proven. We're going to have to show what we're truly made of before the Most High finds us worthy. We have to make it through that refining process. But the prophets that have been of old, it said they prophesy against many great kingdoms. And guess what? Whenever you hear rumors of wars, whenever you hear about this country is developing their military weaponry, this country is making allies with this country, they're passing tariffs, they're passing coups, they're creating coups, they're putting travel bans up. This is all war games. This is all strategy. You know, before it gets hot, you have what you call proxy wars, trade wars, right? Because the trade wars, those are really the active wars when you try to take away a country's means of providing for its people. That's an active war, right? And that's what's going on right now. But it said rumors of wars right now in the earth, the Arab world, right? They're being hit with COVID-19, a global pandemic. But guess what? They are mindful that America just killed one of their top war generals just months ago. Unlike Americans where y'all have this microwave attention span, you have attention deficit disorder where you can hear something 1 minute and we get flooded with so much information and it's not prioritized that you can watch TV and you can't remember the commercial that you were watching just 30 seconds ago. And that's how we program, to just not lay to heart anything. They give us a news flash and we totally forget what America's done in the Arab world just months ago, right? They sent the Arab world to their knees. They were in mourning. And right now, you don't think that with this whole COVID-19, you know, President Trump telling everyone don't go to your sports arenas, no meetings above 10 people, you know, independent voluntary quarantine. The people don't think. They thinking it's to stop a pandemic. But guess what? You don't know what these Arab world leaders have said to America about what? An attack, retaliation, right? So Donald Trump is saying no NBA, no NFL, right? Because Donald Trump, from a military mind, people are not thinking military. They're thinking just like a pandemic to stop a plague. But they're not thinking that this government could be trying to stop us from gathering in large numbers because these people threaten to attack us for things that we just did to them, right? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are in the same house as the white man that's gonna be judged. But we don't understand that, guess what? We're in just as much danger as the so-called white man. I'm talking about 2/3 of our people. We have the understanding that before the so-called white man is gonna be destroyed, the Most High is gonna gather his elect from the four corners of the wind so that we won't taste of that second death, right? That thermonuclear annihilation, those plagues written of in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. We understand how we desire to get out of this situation. But what is the 2/3 that don't even have the spiritual eye to see that the Most High has these chariots that's gonna deliver us out of this place, right? That takes strong faith. That takes understanding, right? That's a heavy secret. Get Amos 3 and 6.
Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
It's that the Lord have not done it. Keep going.
Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
It says, surely the Most High, he's going to give warning before he destroys a nation. He's going to blow that trumpet, being his men, to give our people warning, right? Because that's what a trumpet does. It's supposed to give a certain sound out to let the people know, hey, this ain't the trumpet for dinner. This ain't the trumpet for a Sabbath day, a high holy day. This is a trumpet that represents our borders being invaded and us having to get our crap together, right? And it said he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets, right? And one of the secrets is what? How we were brought into America. A lot of our people don't know that. That's a secret. They told us that we were sold into slavery by our kings and queens in our school's curriculum, right? When guess what? A secret is we weren't sold by our kings and queens into slavery. Africans didn't sell Africans into slavery. Africans sold Israelites into slavery. Hamites, to be exact, of their different persuasions, sold Israelites into slavery. And that's the secret in the earth that a lot of our people aren't privy to. Their true biblical nationality. Bring that out one more time, Amos 3:8.
Amos.
Start with it.
Amos 3:8.
No.
The lion has roared.
Oh, start with 6. 6 and 7.
Amos 3:7.
Huh.
Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
And then when they say Lord, is that all capitals? Surely the Lord will do nothing. That's all caps. Okay.
Surely the Lord God.
All right, that's Yahweh Shah. Because Yahweh Shah has been given preeminence to come down here and get this place clean. Right? Yahweh's going to sit on his throne. We know the Ancient of Days. Guess what? Yahweh, just like it says in Amos 5:15, he said, I will go and return to my place. Right? Until they acknowledge their offense and their affliction, they shall seek me early. So right now, Yahweh Shah, he's sitting at the right hand of his Father. He's going to come back as a spiritual force. But it said the Lord God, meaning Yahweh Shah, because it's not in all caps, it said he will do nothing. But he has preeminence. He's the creator of everything we see. But it said he won't do nothing. All the works in the earth, he has representatives on the left and the right hand side. It said he revealeth his secrets to his servants, the prophets. So we are the mouthpiece of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. Coming out to do what? Get this in on Ezekiel 2 and 10. Ezekiel 3 and 17. Salaki. Ezekiel 3 and 17. Come.
This is Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me.
It said, hey, read this word, right? We swallow this whole world, right? Get Ezekiel 2 and 10 real quick, right? And this is Ezekiel. He said, eat this roll, read this book, and guess what? Whatever you read in this book, give my people warning. The secrets that I reveal to you, right? The mysteries that are only given to the Israelites, you get this word and you be my mouthpiece. You be my prophet and go out and tell my people what's coming down the pipeline line and get them warning. Why? But the Most High is merciful. He's not going to bring judgment on this place and not tell his children, his beloved people, that danger is up the road, right? But for years, our people look at us and they don't lay it to heart because they look at us like we're just some lowly niggas that don't have any information that's worth stopping and listening to. But we have the secrets of the heavens and the earth. Why we were brought into this situation, who we are, and how we're going to get out of it, right? Those are some heavy secrets pertaining to our people's salvation, but it said, give them warning from me. That's the secret. We could give y'all warning. For the longest, we've been coming out talking about the pestilence that the Most High was going to unleash on this place as a judgment, right? But our people don't lay it to heart. But now they realizing that we ought to be taken seriously, right? You can bring this out.
This is Ezekiel 2 and 10.
Huh.
And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe.
That's right. So to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who comprise of the whole house of Israel, right? That 1/3, right? Guess what? We are giving y'all warning, letting y'all know that what's written in the scriptures. Read that last part, brother. I know.
And there was written within lamentations and mourning and woe.
Lamentation and mourning and woe. You know, in the Most High, he's established a divine order on the planet, right? And that order was made so that we could have success among the nations and we could have a perpetual rulership in righteousness. One, that the woman is underneath the man. Not for the man to rule over his house as a lion, but for him to love the woman the same way that Christ loves the church, right? But a majority of our women have been deceived into thinking that they don't need a man, right? That they could rather choose a bull dyke or a lesbian or just be a single career woman, focus on her career. You know, this week, just as the brothers, we have families, and us and our women are responsible for going out shopping. Sometimes they might go out, sometimes we might go out, but this week, I went out early in the morning. We were running low on toilet tissue. I never seen so many couples. You know, every thought with tattoos on her chest and on her face, with her coochie cutters on, with her pajamas and her shower cap on her head. Guess what? For years, I see them in Walmart all hours of the night, like a dog off the leash. But this week, they got men with them. You see what I'm saying? Every woman that I saw in Kroger's and Publix, guess what? If they got a tenth of a man, they have them now. Why? Because they are becoming privy that they need a man. With these terrors that the Most High is unleashing in the earth, Esau is putting that spirit and he's projecting that fear out onto the unbelieving of our people that lack faith. And guess what? They're doing everything that the so-called white man's media is telling them to do. If he's telling them to stay inside, they stay in their black asses inside. If he's telling them it's a shortage on water, guess what they going trying to buy, right? And the scriptures say that transition. Isaiah 32:9 said, matter of fact, bring that out real quick, Isaiah 32:9. Because the scriptures, it outlines the condition of the so-called black, Latino, and Native American woman. The Most High power of the heavens and the earth, the creator of all things, he got these women in his scopeo. He know that these women are not right. In his word, throughout this word, the Lord's men, we're commanded to give our women warning as well, to tell them hard times are coming. You know, that head that the Most High appointed over you being your father, if you got a man that you're having sex with, that's your head. Even if y'all haven't gone down to the JOP or Las Vegas, that's your husband. Y'all were joined together through the act of what? Sex. Right? So guess what? You're supposed to submit to that man. Right? Especially if he's a righteous man in the Lord. And to those women that feel like they don't need that hedge of protection, either being their father or their husband, this is what the scriptures is encouraging you all to do. Bring it out.
This is Isaiah 32:9.
Come.
Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
That's right.
Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled.
Oh man, many days and years shall we be troubled. There's a lot of renegade whores out here selling their coochie on Backpage until the federal government shut that down, because Esau, he don't care what you do as long as he can get a tax and cut off of it. Just like the drug game. You guess what? The opioids and the meth gonna continue to flourish and be funneled into this country, even though he shut down the borders, which lets you know it wasn't the tribe of Issachar the whole time bringing this bullshit in. Because America is half of these people are doped up off of what? Pharmaceutical narcotics. You know? And guess what? That's evident of the Most High bringing this place low. But rise up, ye women that are at ease. Give ear, my careless daughters. Give ear to the fact that you have a dress code that you're supposed to be following. You have a man that you're not listening to. You have dietary laws that you're supposed to be observing. You have ceremonial laws that you're supposed to be teaching to your children outside of Christmas and Easter and their birthday, right? That's a part of our women rising up, right? That ease is them clinging to the ways of America. America allows our women to do what? Wear tights, walk around so men can see their panty lines, and our women are commanded to wear modest apparel. Nobody's supposed to see your goodies except for your husband in private, right? That's a part of our women rising up, right? To that standard that the daughters of Jerusalem, the daughters of Zion, you know, like that foremother set that standard high. And then guess what? You can read throughout the scriptures the different heroines, the different women, right? Different prophetesses, which is simply a wife of a prophet, right? And different champions like Deborah that have raised up, right? They weren't at ease when their people were being afflicted. They raised up, right? And we're giving y'all warning as well. Because like I said, all you have to do is go to your local neighborhood Dollar General around the time that last roll of tissue fell off the shelf. You know, and when I was at the front of Kroger, they opened at 8 o'clock. And it was like a game show. It was 20 people at the front. And it was so sad because these elderly people that was at the front, they couldn't even race to the back past these damn rhinoceros and these buffaloes, you know what I'm saying, that was just trying to go get as many as they can. The lady that say it's only one. People are trying to hoard. Why? Because guess what? The love of many shall wax cold. When I walked out of that Kroger, I had an 18 pack, you know? And I had to give a couple elderly people rolls of tissue. Why? Because they had to bring their old ass up there early and compete with these young people, full of strength, vigor, right? Brute strength. And they can't get it. That's why COVID-19, the main people that are susceptible to catching this is who? The old people and the young people, right? So them, they lived their life long in the 60s, 70s, bullshitted, and the Most High allowed them to get AIDS just so he could judge them in their old age. You'll see people get dropped off at the elderly's home. Their children got 4 or 5 bedroom houses, but they won't let them come stay with them. Allow them to get tortured. Why? Because that's the judgment of the Most High. The Most High is not a respecter of persons. He don't care about the young people. He don't care about the age, right? Hey, it gets no more white supremacy than that right there. You know what I mean? Hell's Angels. Hey, and to all these tough guys that's out here that want to have an evil eye towards their brother, all these tough guys and these street thugs that think that they tough, guess what? Those Edomites are doing what? Look at Jay. Oh, this shitty move. Look, these guys that think they hard, Esau, they doing a ban on guns. Why? Because Esau buying up all the guns, buying up all the bullets. You know, just like the brother was saying in Zephaniah 2, we need to gather together because we were sold to our enemies, right? We got sold to our enemies, right? And the things you're doing, you're going to be destroyed doing them because the Most High don't give a damn about you doing nothing but serving him. Smoking Newport with your shitty boxes, that don't mean nothing to us. We coming out to give you warning. If you just want to mock and scoff and have an evil eye towards your brother, we speaking, well, you see what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you. That's all we want you to do. See what we saying, brother, because we out here to give y'all one. Hey, well, guess what? The Most High gonna stop your ass. The Most High gonna stop your ass.
Stop me from doing what I do. Still, bro.
Well, guess what? Second entrance 99 for this nigga right here. We got a scripture for you, right? Since the only thing that's gonna stop you is death. What's gonna come out? Second entrance 99 for this cat right here. This slick cat with smoking cigarettes. Second entrance 99.
Second entrance.
What you supposed to doing what you doing? Walk around with his ass out smoking a goddamn cap stick. He want him to do what you doing. With cocaine hanging out the tip of his damn nose. Wipe your nose off, nigga. Look out here looking like Tony goddamn Montana. Go ahead, second entrance 99.
Second entrance 99.
Uh-huh.
Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
He said they shall be in pitiful case that abuse his ways. He said he ain't got time for it. Whatever that we talking about. Go ahead.
Then shall they be in pitiful case.
I remember
pitiful case.
They shall be in a pitiful case. Go ahead.
Which now have abused my ways.
Abused my ways. Go ahead.
And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
He said he casting the Most High's ways away despitefully. He said he ain't trying to hear that. It said they shall dwell in torment. The Most High got a plethora of ways that he gonna bring niggas. No, hold your peace, brother. Go ahead. I remember you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits.
Just like he received benefits, the sun shine on the just and the unjust. The same way the righteous men that are trying to do our level best, the Most High give us food, clothes, and shelter. He even get these niggas that don't give two shits about them food, clothes, and shelter. Y'all receive benefits. Go ahead. All right. We'll get the book off. Go ahead.
For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
They have not known me. Go ahead.
And they that have lost my law,
loathed his law. Go ahead.
Loathed my law while they had yet liberty.
Right.
And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them.
That's what we were saying. Now is the time for our people to repent because the Most High is bringing judgment on the earth. This nigga probably got COVID-19 right now. Keep going. Okay.
Understood not, but despised it.
He don't understand it. He not asking questions to try to get an understanding of why the hell we out here. They trying to be funny guys like this guy right here in this Michael Jackson bag.
The same must know it after death by pain.
The same must know it after what?
After death by pain.
The same must know it after what?
After death by pain.
The Most High gonna kill you niggas and it's gonna be a painful death. While you sitting out here wanting to wear a halter top like a woman, show your navel off to all these sissies out here in Atlanta? What's your sexual persuasion, brother? I'm talking about you looking like a tall glass of water to these sissies out here. Right, get Ciroc 19 and 29 for him right here. Ciroc 19 and 29. See, the white man allows y'all to do what? Parade yourselves through the streets with a bunch of flawed ass fake gold on your neck, fake silver, and become a character, right? The Most High created you to be a king and a priest, but you'd rather be a goddamn character. That's what the fuck you look like, Ciroc 19 and 29. So this character right here.
19 and 29.
Bring it up.
If a man be known by his look,
it say a man may be known by his look. Go ahead.
One that have understanding by his countenance.
By his countenance. When you see a man of understanding, wisdom, or knowledge, you will be able to tell by his countenance. He's not gonna be walking by with a fishnet shirt on, with his booty out. With, you know what I'm saying? And look, we understand our people are oppressed. Our people are poverty-stricken. Sometimes we can't wear the nicest threads, right? Because we're a royal people. We're not even supposed to wear mixed fabrics. Right. We're supposed to wear straight cotton, straight silk. And guess what? I'm wearing mixed fabric to represent that I'm in poverty, right? But go ahead.
All right. When thou meeteth him, a man's attire and excessive laughter.
It's excessive laughter. When he came up, all I see was laughter. All your damn teeth showing. You think that, guess what? This is the time for you to come up and be entertained. We're not up here for your entertainment, brother. So all that laughter, it let me know exactly what your intentions were, right? You keep going. Keep going.
And excessive laughter.
Now we Hebrew Negroites, so use a faggot. Go ahead.
And gay.
I'm a faggot.
It said excessive laughter, just like he was doing, his apparel, and the way that he walked. He switches. No telling if the man's been compromised, if his seal's been broken. I don't know. But it's saying by a man's gate. Keep going.
But y'all worship a man, though.
Shoot what he is.
Worship a man.
That's
y'all call
right.
God a man. But y'all call God a man.
Get Acts 2 and 21.
So who's the faggot? You call God a man.
Get Acts 15 and 3. Get Acts 15 and 3. I mean, Exodus 15 and 3 for
you
the
call God a
knucklehead.
man, so you a faggot.
The scriptures call him a man.
You worship a faggot.
Wait, the
Written
scriptures
by
call God a man.
Written by a faggot. King James is a faggot.
Who told you that?
King James is a faggot.
Exodus 15 and 3. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Exodus 15 and 3. Exodus 15 and 3. No time out.
Had sex with a faggot.
Hey, brother, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So you said King James
is a faggot.
He wrote the Bible? King James wrote the Bible?
William Shakespeare wrote the Bible.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Hey, wait. Hold on. We're going to give you the first precept. We're going to deal with these now because you're scatterbrained. You're bringing confusion. Exodus 15 and 3 because he said God is not a man. Okay, so he's saying God is not a man. Go ahead. Exodus 15 and 3.
And it reads
Exodus 15 and 3.
Exodus 15 and 3 for this bag. Go ahead.
The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is what?
The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is what?
The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is what?
The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man. God is a man. God is a man.
Y'all worship a man.
So would you worship a woman? Would you want us to worship a woman? Would you want us to worship a woman?
You get on your knees for a man. Listen, you get on your knees for a man, my nigga. So you a faggot.
Exodus 2 and 21.
You get on your knees for a man.
Hey, don't come too close.
Listen.
Don't come too close.
He get on his knees
you
for a man.
already put your hands in my face because all you have is carnality. Hey, you look like a... What you mean, so what's up? Wait. Back up. Respectful.
All right, respect.
Right.
You worship a man. You bow down to a man.
Acts 2 and 21.
So you are a faggot. You are a faggot.
Hey, it said God is a man. God is a man of war. You got dyed dreadlocks.
Wait, time out.
You got dyed dreadlocks.
I'm gonna go on.
You got dyed dreadlocks. You're a faggot.
Wait.
Hey, bring Acts 2 and 21.
Wait.
And what if you want to try to get bucked, you're going to get your ass smacked. Well, just keep your composure.
Respect.
All right, respect. Acts 2 and 21.
Acts 2 and 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord Yahweh shall be saved.
Whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. That man of war, go ahead. All right.
Yet men of Israel. Men of Israel.
All right, so
we know his salvation is before. Hey, bro, I don't give a damn.
Wait.
Hey, you invading my personal space.
You invading my personal space. So mad, you ain't pussy.
Oh, I'm not mad. I'm just making an observation.
Look at this.
What? Hey, are they promoting you?
You standing with some niggas.
Hey, back up.
All right.
Hey, them horns that you got on your phone, they probably trannies, but they not promoting you on the other side of town. You promoting them. So where they at now? Where your car keys at? Where your house?
Nigga, please. Nigga, please.
Look.
Nigga, please, my car right there.
All right. Well, get in your car
Nigga,
and
please.
get in your car and go. Get in your car and
Nigga,
go.
look at this.
Get second address to it. I mean,
Look at these bitches. Look at these bitches. Look at these bitches. Look at
2
these
Peter
bitches.
2 and
Look at
12
these
for this
bitches. Look at
call.
these
Get
bitches.
2 Peter 3 and 3.
bitches.
Whenever y'all got him, just bring him out. Look,
Peter
he
2
got
and
his
12.
ass in the grown man's face and he say he not a faggot. Right? With your booty out, bro. How gay is that? Man, look, man, show him your guy's See? He can't formulate a proper sentence, so all they can do is yell.
Look.
Right? Because he
He
can't
gonna
match
be- look,
race with
he gonna call me a
intelligence.
faggot.
Second, why you in
But
front of
he
my
stand-
couch?
look, he stand next to 2 niggas. He stand next to 2 niggas. Worshiping a man.
And your booty out.
Worshiping a man.
Your whole ass is out.
Go ahead.
2 Peter 2 and 12.
Go ahead.
Your whole ass is out.
This
And
is
you got
2
God's
Peter
grace.
2 and 12.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I showed you all these
Peter 2 and
bitches.
12.
That don't mean shit.
And you was
That
2
don't mean
niggas.
nothing. Go get one and produce him.
Man, my guy's a man. My guy's a man. You want to
He's a
worship
man,
a
and he's a man
man.
of war. Remember that.
2
Hey,
Peter 2
worship
and
a
12.
man.
Listen to this nigga.
Go ahead.
But these
You worship a man, nigga. You worshiping a man.
made to be
So
who's
taken
the
and
faggot?
destroyed.
These is natural
Go ahead.
brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed. Go ahead.
I got a camp full of bitches.
Speak evil.
Wait.
Man, them the community
Wait.
shit. Them hoes belong to the community.
Woo! Look at that. Oh my
They
God.
belong to every nigga in
Oh
that
my God.
The faggots have
Oh my
sex with each
God.
other. All right?
Oh my
So
God.
you're the faggot
Oh
that
my
they're having
God.
sex with spreading it.
Woo!
You're not bringing no intellect. That's why you're bringing this noise and confusion. See what he got to do? Because this is a brute beast. 2 Peter 2 and 12 for this.
Look at
monkey
this.
beast.
Look at this.
2 and
Look at
12.
this.
But
Got
these,
fat ass too. Look at it.
as natural
Woo!
brute beasts,
These
Now
is
see,
natural
made
Skinny.
to
brute
be
beasts.
Now
taken
Skinny.
and
Skinny.
destroyed.
Made to be taken and destroyed. Go ahead.
Speak evil of the things that they understand not.
It said, speak evil of the things they understand. Like, I respectfully ask that you don't block our account. Do your monkey ass shit, but you don't gotta block our shit.
Fair enough.
Like the word gonna come
Hey,
out.
but if you want to be
Go ahead.
disrespectful, you be
Finish
disrespectful.
with the scriptures.
You want to be
All right.
disrespectful though. So hey,
And
Damn
shall
right,
utterly
damn right, I'm not gonna respect no
perish
fact.
in their own corruption.
They're gonna perish in their own corruption.
Y'all ain't
These
got no
brute beasts,
bitches. Here you
making
go.
them be taken and destroyed.
Y'all ain't got no bitches. Here you go. Y'all ain't got no bitches.
No, we don't have bitches.
Right. Y'all ain't got no women, no pussy. Most y'all niggas ain't gonna give. See, look at y'all.
Hey,
Y'all what y'all?
you mad because we not walking around with our booty out in
ain't got no
Atlanta or
pussy.
in the city of fags?
Honestly, I
Huh?
don't get no.
You mad because we don't got no dyed blonde dreads
Y'all ain't
or
got no
color
pussy.
dreads? You look like a fucking
But y'all
clown,
ain't
bro.
got no pussy.
You will never be
That's
able
why
to be
you
the
so
man
mad.
that we are.
Look.
Go ahead.
That's why
2
you
Peter
so
2
mad.
and 12.
2 Peter 2 and 12.
Go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed. Speak evil of the things that they understand not.
They speak evil of things they don't understand. Now, he don't know what the hell's going on. This is just a character in Atlanta. A monkey-ass nigga probably got a back
ain't
pocket
got no
full of
pussy.
mixtapes. Go ahead.
You ain't got no pussy.
Hey, a real man don't validate himself based on
He ain't got no
a
pussy.
woman.
Look what he wearing.
You think his woman is?
Look
You
what he
think? Look, I'm wearing shoes unlike you with them. Look at these. What are those? Go ahead.
Show me the
Hey, 2 Peter 3 and 3, bring it out.
And
You
shall
ain't got no
utterly
pussy in your phone.
perish in their
You
own
ain't got no pussy in
corruption.
your
It said
phone.
they gonna perish in their own corruption. I don't gotta push
You ain't got
Go
no
ahead.
women in your
This
phone.
is 2 Peter
You ain't got no women in your phone.
3 and
Show me
3.
your phone.
Know in this verse
Wait.
that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their
Show me your
own
phone.
lust,
Show me your phone.
and saying,
Show me
where
your
is
phone.
the promise
I'm not showing
of
no
his
gay
coming?
Hold on. Show me your
I'm not
phone.
showing my no
Show
gay-
me your phone.
My phone is being used right now to
Okay,
record
alright.
the count,
Show me
dickhead.
some bitches. Show me some
Hey,
bitches.
go ahead.
Show me some
2
bitches.
Peter 3 and 3.
This is
I
2
don't got
Peter
nothing to prove to no
3.
gay men in Atlanta.
Knowing first that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation.
Since the beginning of creation, it was disorderly. And since our fathers being the men of the Lord, we had to go into captivity. Guess what? Things are going on as if it's just disorderly. See, this is not somebody that thinks that America's going to be destroyed. This is somebody that embraces America. Like I said, a man may be known by his look. And you can see clearly that there's no question that this man is not right. We're not saying that you are necessarily a faggot. Even though your booty is out, you're promoting yourself like a faggot would be.
But I got
But
100 women
the
in
fact
my
of the
phone.
matter is,
But I got
that's the
300
way that you learn of the so-called
I
white
got
man.
100 women
All
in my
people,
phone.
Jim Eric, hey,
you know I'm not
hey,
gay.
hey, no,
Hey,
no.
my
A
nigga,
lot of
you know I ain't
faggots,
gay.
you're bisexual. Jeremiah 4 and 22.
But you
Jeremiah
worship
4
a
and
man.
22.
But you worship a man.
It's a certain thing about
But you worship a
That ain't
man,
got nothing to do
though.
with your sexual orientation.
But you
right?
worship a homosexual man, though.
Well,
And you read from a book that
hey,
Jeremiah.
You read
Come
on, my nigga.
Jeremiah 4 and 22.
bring it up.
Come on, my nigga. Come
For
on.
my people is foolish.
My people is foolish.
They have not known me.
They have not not known him.
They are sottish children.
They sottish means stupid. They're stupid children. Right? He got a neck full of flawed ass fake jewelry. Why? Because he's trying to appear to be something that he not. I guess a rap nigga. Right? He seen a rap nigga starter kit and he ordered it. Which, you know what I'm saying? He got a rap nigga starter kit with the pants that go 3 inches below. Do you want to see his booty? Do you want to see this man's ass? And then he got the nerve to wear black drawers so nobody can see the stains in his dirty ass.
You ain't got no bitch.
These niggas think they slick. I want you to show your booty with white drawers so people can see how many days it's been since you washed your ass. Right? Because guess what? He built his whole existence on what? Bitches. Right. When you were made here to do what? They supposed to serve you.
Hey, these women are defiled anyway. They're defiled. We don't want
no bitches, my bitch. The rapper
got no bitches. And
shut up. Jeremiah 4:22.
They're talking about women too.
Jeremiah 4:22. Bring it out one
Jeremiah 4:22. My people is foolish.
They don't got no women.
They have not known me. They are sottish children.
They don't
And they have
no
none understanding.
They never
They
have
are
no
wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Get Proverbs 1:20 real quick. It said,
niggas.
the people are wise to do evil.
It's all a bunch of
he didn't
niggas.
have no problem putting on his belt tight enough just to hang right below his butt so he could promote himself. He's wise to do evil. He's wise to do foolishness. But to do anything to elevate the minds of his people that are in captivity, this nigga wouldn't know what the fuck to tell them. Why? Because he's destroyed. He's a brute beast. He's an animal. He's without the law. See, we're the type of women you deal with, they don't deal with us. They deal with clowns, monkeys, and pansexuals like you. They deal with pansexuals like you. Any woman that allow this man to go near them, guess what? They made to be destroyed. Shalom, brother. Any woman that'll see this man with these jailhouse $10 tattoos, with his hook in his nose, his dirty ass drawers, I'm talking about his pants below his ass, guess what? That's a woman she deserved whatever she get from these niggas. Be it what, some disease from him crawling up another man's ass. Now this week he decided he want to be with a woman. That's why Atlanta is ground zero for the AIDS epidemic. Because these women are dealing with these closeted Negroes, these closeted homos. And y'all need to pretend that y'all are straight. And y'all are spreading down that nasty man disease to the women. It's like you saying you got 100 women. You were the agent that the Most High used to spread that nasty man disease you get from crawling up another man's ass, let him crawl in your little ass. Right? And look, what will it be for you to wear your pants straight? Right? You want to be a part of this system, this society. When people see you, you want them to see you as a representative of America. That's why you walk around with your ass out. That's why you walk around with all that fake jewelry on your neck. That's why you walk around with them flawed ass tattoos and your booty out. Because guess what? America created niggas. Right. We weren't brought to America to be niggas. Right. We were turned and created in the niggas in America. And now that the men are standing up in righteousness, exhorting our people to get in order, you got some brute beast pansexual like this coming up with blonde dyed dreads.
Right? What the fuck is this? Well, go wash your shit, my nigga. What the fuck is this? Don't be out here looking like
he brute. He a brute beast. He's dealing with the knowledge of the wisdom of the heavens and the earth.
Look at your gown.
All he could do is talk about. And guess what? If you was attracted to me, he'll probably over there be giving me the eye. If my garment was clean, his nipples would probably be getting erect for me. Right? Am I supposed to look good for you, nigga? Am I supposed to look good? Jeremiah, give me Proverbs 1:20. We can bring it out.
This is Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets.
Wisdom cries without. She utters her voice in the streets. Go ahead.
She crieth in the chief places of concourse.
It said wisdom cries in the chief places of concourse. If you look, we're at the four corners of the streets, in the midst of the city where you have commerce, trade, malls, trains, right? It said wisdom crieth out. She utters her voice in the streets. Go ahead.
In the openings of the gates, in the city, she uttereth her words.
In the city, wisdom says, go ahead.
She uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones?
How long, ye simple
will ye love simplicity?
Will ye love simplicity?
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
In his corner, he delighting in his scorn. This is a sport to this nigga. To come up against the Lord's men while we come out to do thus says the Lord, to raise up our people to their true biblical nationality, give them warning that we're in times of great judgment, right? It said they delight in their scorn and go ahead.
And fools hate knowledge.
Fools hate what?
Fools hate knowledge.
Fools hate.
What? Why y'all
Fools hate knowledge.
Jeremiah 4:22. Bring that out one more time. A fool hate knowledge. He don't got nothing to take. All he can do is try to mock and scoff and ridicule. We're gonna give him a precept one time before we throw a curse on this nigga. What happened when you mock the Lord's name?
But y'all don't know nothing.
2 Kings 2 and
But y'all
22
don't know.
real
You
quick.
just read that. You just read it. Y'all don't know nothing.
2 Peter.
Y'all have no knowledge.
2 Kings 2 and 22.
Y'all have no knowledge.
Isaiah 58.
Y'all read from a white
Isaiah
man.
58 and 1.
Come on.
Cry aloud.
Cry aloud.
Spare not.
Swear not.
Lift up thy
King
voice
James is a faggot.
like a trumpet
Uh-huh.
and
King
shoot
James is a
my
faggot.
people
Faggot.
their transgression.
King James
Show my
is a
people
faggot.
that transgression.
Go ahead.
So now it's time to address the King James
He's a
issue.
faggot.
Because
My
that's
nigga,
what we
come
out
on.
here to do.
Go
Tear
Google
down
it. Go Google it.
strongholds.
Go Google it.
Now,
My nigga.
the
Go-
question
oh
is,
God, oh God.
this King James, did he
He's
have a
a
wife?
faggot, my nigga.
King James did have a wife. Her name is Anne
Right.
of Denmark.
Williams
Did
killed-
King James have children?
He was killed,
Because if
right.
he was a faggot,
He was
guess
a
what?
faggot. He was bisexual.
Look,
Right,
look,
right.
If he was a faggot,
bisexual, my nigga,
right?
come on.
If he was a
Come
faggot,
on, my nigga, come on.
guess
Go
what?
ahead,
That
go
whole part of the Bible, Leviticus 20
My
and
nigga,
16.
hey,
Read Leviticus 20
he
and
was
16.
bisexual. I'm trying
Real
to tell you
quick.
that. Go. I'm trying to tell you.
We're going to let you know what the Bible say about
The Bible was
homosexuality.
written. Oh my
Right?
God.
And guess
oh
what?
My God. My nigga. The Bible.
yeah.
Oh my God. Give me the Hebrew
Leviticus
Bible.
20 and 16. Because he said that
Go ahead.
King James wrote the Bible.
He's a homosexual.
Wait, no.
What the, I'm sorry. William Shakespeare wrote the Bible. I apologize.
No, he said.
Listen, nigga.
Get
He fucked King
Get
James.
2 Peter 1 and 20
My
real
nigga,
quick.
he fucked King
We're going to let
James.
you know who wrote the Bible real quick for
Oh
this
my
idiot.
God. Y'all see, y'all don't know
He's just
nothing.
an unlearned man.
Y'all don't know nothing.
Right? Hey, look. Can't you tell he unlearned with his booty out?
don't know
Does this
nothing.
look like a man of
See,
wisdom
see, now he's
showing
insulting me.
and promoting? No, I'm not
He
insulting
knows-
you.
he knows
I'm
he's
making an
wrong.
observation.
He knows he's wrong.
Is his booty not out?
He's
He-
wrong.
well, okay, that's like a
talking about
female.
King James.
You walking
Look,
through the streets like a whore, and
talking
now,
about King
oh,
James.
you're slut shaming me.
But we're talking about King James.
Right? We're gonna deal
Wait,
with
wait,
King
wait.
James. Now,
He's a homosexual.
2 Peter 1 and 20. We're gonna let you know who wrote the Bible. 2 Peter 1 and 20.
William Shakespeare wrote the Bible.
No, idiot.
Oh my God.
We about to
Y'all don't know
address.
nothing.
No, we're about to educate you if
If
you
I'm-
shut up.
wait.
2 Peter 1 and
Y'all
20.
don't know
bring it up.
nothing.
2 Peter 1 and 20. Knowing the first that no prophecy
King James
of the
is a
scriptures
homosexual.
is of any
Oh,
private
YouTube.
interpretation.
Look at these niggas.
For the prophets came not in old
King James
times
is a
by the
homosexual.
will of man, but holy men of the Most High spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
Go shake your booty over there. Shake your booty over there. Shake your booty over there. They're not paying no attention. Right? It says, no scripture. Go ahead.
Knowing this verse, 2 Peter 1 and 20, knowing this verse, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
Go ahead.
For the prophecy came not in old times by the will of man,
Prophecy, this book didn't come by the will of man, but go ahead.
They read from
but
the Bible.
holy
They read
men
from the
of the
Bible,
Most
too.
High
That's
spake
how you know they
as
can
they
read from
were
the Bible.
moved by the Holy Ghost.
So who wrote the Bible and said, holy men of the Most High wrote
A
is that
faggot.
moved?
A faggot.
Bring it out one more time.
A
All right?
faggot wrote the
2
Bible.
Peter 1 and 20. Knowing this verse, that no,
A faggot wrote the Bible.
prophecy
A faggot
of the scriptures
wrote the
is
Bible.
of any private interpretation.
A faggot.
Any private interpretation. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to
Like
use
the fuck
wisdom.
men in the ass.
We
He
want to
fucked
use.
men in the ass.
Wait.
What's the Bible?
He
He
said
fucked
King
men in the ass.
James
What's the Bible?
was a faggot.
You
And he
read
said
from a
King
book
James was a
that
white
talks about the
man.
foot to the
Who
ass.
was King James' son? Solomon, right? King Solomon.
Who's Solomon?
You know,
Who's Solomon?
So we're going to read an
Solomon.
account in the
Wait,
scriptures.
wait.
First, we want to prove that
Wait,
King
wait,
James
wait,
was
wait.
not white. And then we're going to
wait,
prove
who's Solomon? Who's
that
Solomon?
King James, he authorized the Bible to be translated
Solomon?
from Hebrew and Greek into English.
Solomon?
Right? King James didn't write anything. He authorized the Bible to be translated from the Hebrew and Greek into English.
William
Not only that,
William Shakespeare
King
wrote it.
James, he was instrumental of uniting two kingdoms, Ireland and Britain, because a lot of people don't know about the what?
nothing.
Holy Roman Empire, a time when black people sat on the throne in Europe. King James, one of his birth names, he was King James of Scott. He was a steward. Steward means black, right? If you look at that name in etymology, which an unlearned nigga don't know nothing about, right? King James of Scotland. He was the first king to unite Great Britain and Ireland while he sat on the throne. Right? King James, not only that, he authorized the Bible to be translated from the Hebrew and the Greek into English. He didn't write the Bible. Not only that, King James, his wife was named Anne of Denmark. King James had 8 children. He had a progeny. But this is something that y'all should look up because unlearned niggas like this never do it. King James, one of his contemporaries, monkey, which means people that lived during the time of King James, he had haters, just like Sir Anthony Weldon, one of them. Look it up, brothers.
These are white people. These are all white people.
This is high-level knowledge.
These are all white people.
Sir Anthony Weldon, as well as Francis Osborne, they were King James. They were in King James court.
So I know the truth. I'm Milwaukee.
So you need to go and molest a child just like your progenitor Malachi York. So why is Malachi York going to jail? Why is Malachi York going to jail? Why aren't you teaching your Milwaukee shit?
We know the truth.
Right, so why did Malachi York say that he raped those little girls?
That is a
Why
fact.
did your leader molest them? No, your leader's a real fact.
Listen,
No, why did Malachi York molest those children and give them herpes?
Okay, wait.
No. Why did Malachi York molest those babies and give them herpes? He went to court and he admitted to it. So while you trying to scorn for my cousin, you venerating the religion of Malachi Z. York. Go teach that bullshit up there. Malachi York is 3 miles up from the jail right now. He'll never see the light of day again because he admitted to raping little children and giving them herpes. Herpes. Speak on that. See, he don't want to. Whenever you sign them up and you know they shit, he shut down.
But y'all don't know nothing.
Hey,
y'all don't know nothing.
We know that Malachi Z. York is a pedophile.
So all right, you want to
deal with it.
You want to talk about that?
No, just say you want to talk about that.
I'm asking.
We talking about everything else. Why aren't you speaking about that pedophile whose religion you're venerating?
Okay, all right, it's not a religion. It's knowledge.
We don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Oh, so now you get mad. Now you cussing. Why you getting mad?
Wisdom has found you out. Like I
told
told y'all, Sir Anthony Weldon and Francis Osborne, brothers in the belief. When you get a chance, edify yourself on this King James bullshit. Because these scoffers, they only come with 1 or 2 talking points, and then they are finished. One of them is that King James wrote the Bible.
We know the truth.
Just like the scriptures say in Wisdom of Solomon, that even in our deaths, it said that, get that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, it said, let's shame him with a terrible death, lest he be honored by his own sayings. Because no matter who you are in this society, before you die, like Michael Jackson, he dies and then what they do, slander him, talk shit about him. Now name one black person of renown, other than one that got meritorious manumission from the white man for kissing his ass and being a coon. Everyone that stood up, guess what? They're gonna kill you and they're gonna give you a shameful fucking death. The same way it happened to King James. He had men in his court that were envious and hated and jealous of him. And guess what? They got kicked out of the court. So just like a salty nigga, one being Francis Osborne, one being Sir Anthony Weldon. These are things that y'all need to research on your own time. But they are the ones that started this smear campaign because we love this word. We love this word. We love this word and we love all the men that word. Why do you love Malachi Z. York? Why do you love Malachi Z. York? Why do you love Malachi Z. York? Right? So Sir Francis Francis Osborne and Anthony Weldon, these are the men that were instrumental in putting out books during the time of King James' death, to basically say that he was partaking in all type of homosexual customs and things to the like. So a lot of these niggas, all they have is talking points. And notice, he got a lot to say about King James, but he don't got nothing to say about Malachi Z. York. Talk about it.
Okay, bet.
Why you venerating the fact and the pedophile?
All right, I'm not talking. Are you ready?
Go, you got 2 seconds.
So,
1, 2. You're done. All right, bring this out. Like, bring this out
y'all see how petty they are?
In Romans 1:7, we are edified. Because he ran out of gas. You came with your 2 hits. King James, and now what you got? Okay, all right. So we told you his wife was Anne of Denmark. That's a fact. He got 8 children. That's a fact. We told you that his contemporaries who came up against him were Francis Osborne and Sir Anthony Weldon. You can research this, and if the spirit is with you, you're going to come to enlightenment. Hey, because guess what? Well, just like you got your booty out. Hey, just look at your, you got a halter top on. Look, hold on. Let me get this thing on camera. Let me get this thing on camera. Hold that camera. Hold that man. The booty out. Turn around. Ain't no faggots watching my stage, but I want them to see this fucking clown that's doing all the yelling in my camera.
Now look at him.
Right?
Look at this nigga.
Right?
Your turn.
Hey, my wife put it together.
Your turn.
My wife put it
I
together.
bet you fat and ugly.
Hey.
Nigga, I bet you fat and ugly.
Hey.
Look at this nigga. I bet you fat and ugly.
She might be.
I bet you fat and ugly.
She might be.
You gonna call me a faggot? Right?
You can't say nothing hurtful about me or my family.
I bet she fat and ugly. Nigga, please.
Yeah. She pretty hot and tempted. P-H-A-T. Pretty hot and tempted.
I bet she fat and ugly.
P-H-A-T. Yeah, she fat. Pretty hot and tempted. Hey, these niggas, if you want to look, y'all sometimes just take yourselves off the block and just understand that this is a scoffer. He's just one of many. And he only got 1 or 2 things. You see they tactics. They come up because they jealous that they don't have nothing to teach their
We
people.
jealous?
And then they come with their best shot. And then his best shot today was what? King James being a faggot. Why he walked over his booty out and choked and dyed dreads.
Right,
and,
I'm trying to tell
and
y'all,
the fact that
he gay.
all right, so we told you
Wait.
King James was a steward, which means black, right? His
But he's gay.
birth name, he
But
was a
he's
steward.
gay, though. I'm trying to tell
right?
you, he is gay.
His name is King James of Scotland. Brothers,
He
when
is
y'all
gay.
get a chance to edify, this is a good opportunity for y'all to build yourselves up. Because these talking points gonna come back around and around and around and around. Ecclesiastes 10:6. Ecclesiastes 10:6. And we gonna stay in the spirit. Ecclesiastes 10:6. And we just continue to roll in the spirit. Because the King James thing, a diligent search, a prudent man is going to look well into his own. So part of being a prudent man is, guess what? If somebody, we all would taught lies in this captivity. Hey, just like he said that he black. Is he black? No, because in this society, our people have been taught lies. A prudent man is going to get to the bottom of it. Do you think he calls himself black? Yes, he does. Because that's one thing he's not going to get to the bottom. He calls himself a New Walker, which is a piece of shit nigga at that. A low-life, dirty pedophile nigga at that. Just like his leader, Malachi Z. York, that's somewhere deep up underground and never come out to the light of day. But you still haven't spoken on that pedophile. Right?
Talk about it. Talk about it.
He pleaded guilty.
We can talk
He
about it.
pleaded guilty.
Right. So what you
He
want to
gave babies herpes.
What y'all want to
No, look, he don't want to. Look, let's take 2 minutes and speak about Malachi
Okay, fair
Z.
enough, fair enough.
How you feel about your leader giving underage babies herpes by having sex with them and
All right,
admitting in court?
Okay, bet. How I feel like that? I don't like that. I don't
So,
like it.
so why don't you go and speak against your leader and other pedophiles in the
What do you
life?
mean?
Why don't you speak
All right,
against?
fair enough.
Why
We can
don't you get out of New Watkins because he started?
We can talk then. So I don't like that. I don't like that. I think it's evil. I think it's wicked.
So why don't you denounce New
All right,
Watkins?
now. So here we go.
Why don't you denounce that?
Here we go. Great question.
Why don't you denounce it? Great question. Why don't you denounce it?
Can I?
Why don't you denounce it? Let your yay be nay and your nay be nay.
So they act. You say act. Can I talk?
No, we ain't got time to hear you talk. You ain't got no knowledge, nigga. You got your 2 minutes of fame, nigga.
You
Bye.
know get him. You knew I was gonna get him.
Right?
You knew I was gonna get him.
Yeah, come.
You knew I was gonna get him.
Ecclesiastes 10:6.
Listen to this nigga.
Folly is set in great dignity.
Folly and foolishness is said in great dignity. Notice, we coming out of the Bible, which is the highest knowledge on the planet.
Nigga, please.
The societies
Nigga,
are made
please.
on this Bible.
Nigga,
But
please.
notice, when he seen these guys come on the moped,
This nigga said
guess
the
what?
Bible is the highest knowledge on the
He
planet.
enjoyed. He throwing
No,
up.
this
Look,
nigga-
he's throwing up gay gang signs and
Yo,
everything
this
for the
nigga said the
nigga. Showing his
Bible
ass.
is the highest-
Because it said, bring out one more time.
Yo, this nigga.
Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is set in great dignity.
Foolishness is folly is said in great dignity. Notice when these niggas rode by on mopeds, he got happy. Because this is a fool. He despised knowledge and he loved folly. Go ahead.
And the rich sit in low
He
places.
said the rich sit in a low place. Go
I
ahead.
cannot wait to look YouTube. These niggas are ridiculous. They said
Anybody
the Bible
watch
is
your
the highest
YouTube
level-
channel?
They said the Bible is the
All right,
highest
they
level
said
of
the
knowledge.
fool sit in, they said the rich sit in a low place. Go ahead. 1 Corinthians
Lord
14:33.
have mercy.
1
The
Corinthians
Bible is the highest level
14:33.
of knowledge. Are you serious?
Get
This
out there,
is 1
59.
Corinthians 14:33.
Are y'all serious?
For God is not the author of confusion,
This is the opposite of confused nigga. Look at him. You can know a man by his look. Go ahead.
but of peace,
Oh,
as in all churches of the saints.
All right, 1 Corinthians 14:33. Bring this out one more time.
For Yahweh is not the author of confusion.
God is not the author of confusion. Notice, to edify means to build, meaning you make a comment, I make a comment, we bounce off each other, and hopefully we have a productive dialogue. But it's saying that, bring this out one more time.
For Yahweh is not the author of confusion.
But that's the spirit that a woman operates in, and that's a 2/3 woman. Because even an elect woman, she gonna listen quietly in subjection, just like the scriptures say. But it said God is not the author of confusion, right? He not coming up here to do nothing but to be vexation to us. Get 2 Kings 2:22 for this nigga, right? All he doing is coming up to vex. He don't know who he is. He don't know why we're in America. Really, he loves America. Look at him. That's why his booty is out. But it said God is not the author of confusion. Right? Our God is a God of order. If you coming up here with a sincere question, brother, by all means ask it. But if you just coming up here to be a mocker and a scoffer, hey, no, because I dealt with your little gay ass before. I got a memory, bro.
See, now,
Right?
now I'm gay. See, now I'm gay.
Look, you're gonna be gay when the camera turn off, nigga.
But you stand next to
Go
two
ahead.
men.
2 Kings
These are my
And
brothers.
King James Bible, who's a
2 Kings
faggot.
2:22.
But I'm gay though.
You got the same talking points. You're a low-level nigga. 2 Kings 2:22.
2 Kings 2:22. So the waters were healed unto this day,
The waters were healed unto this day. Go ahead.
according to the saying of Elisha, which he spake.
So Elisha was actually traveling. And then we're going to give you an account of when a man of the Lord came across a piece of shit like yourself and what transpired. Go ahead.
Oh, look, he called a piece of shit. Look,
Right.
look at him.
Hey, ain't that your brother right there in the pink? Go ahead, bye. Bye, they coming for you, bye. Go ahead.
Look how mad he is. Look how mad
23.
He is.
And he went
Hey,
out.
brother in the pink, can you take him with you, please? Take him with you.
Look at him.
Bye, take him with you. Hey, come on, man, look.
Hey, look how this.
Brother in the pink, please take him with you. Take him with you, please. Come and get him. Get him. Hey, they won't get him off our hands. We got to tolerate him, brother. 1 Corinthians 14:33. 1 Corinthians 14:33. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 14:33. For God is not the author of
And
confusion,
that's what he bringing, confusion. You can go ahead, 2 Kings 2.
but of peace,
But of peace.
as in all churches of the saints.
That's right. And guess what? You're in church right now, little do you know. And you should be keeping your foot, like it says in Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter. But guess what? You're a low-level nigga with no wisdom, knowledge, even pertaining to this world. You're not even a success in this world. You should be having sex with all those women you have right now, right? That don't exist. You nigga call me baby. I'm not your baby, bro. I'm not your baby, bro. Watch your mouth. All right? But 2 Kings 2:22.
2 Kings 2:22.
You should be curled up with one of your
For the
women.
water was healed unto this day, according to the saying of Elisha,
The women that you don't got. Well, listen, go ahead.
which he
But I
spake,
sold him 100 bitches.
and he went up from thence unto Bethel.
I can show you a picture of $1 million.
Hey, I sold nigga 100 pictures of bitches. He like, you ain't got no women.
If I show you a picture of $1 million, in my million.
Come on, my nigga.
We can show pictures. That's a receipt. That's not a legit receipt, bro.
Right.
He said Elisha
You want a
was
video?
actually
You
traveling.
want a
Go
video?
ahead.
You want a video?
That's
I'll show you a
23.
video.
I
And
wanna
he
see
went
another
up
man.
from
Yeah,
thence
look at him,
unto
look at
Bethel.
him. You don't want to see a video?
And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him.
Because in ancient times, Elisha was a prophet that was traveling, and on his travel, he was being mocked by 22 little children. Go ahead, just like he's mocking our garments, he's mocking our attire. He came up, not sincere, but with a spirit of folly. Go ahead.
And said unto him, Go up, thou bald head.
So the little children, they were mocking the prophet. They said, go up, thou bald head. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go up, thou bald head.
Go up, thou bald head. Go ahead.
And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and tied forth and 2 children of them.
That's right. That's why we say Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shalak Rayim Wa Avyab Yam Nawa. This is a 2/3. He's an enemy of Yahweh Shah. No different than an Edomite or a Heath. Right? He's the Avyab Yam Nawa that we curse against. Right? And guess what? He's cursed already. We can sit right here and throw up a proper Hebrew curse, but his own words are condemning him. He's blaspheming the spirit, and just like in the days of Elisha, he's mocking the Lord's men. We coming out here for a piece of the shit like him to raise him out of that low destitute state. But a lot of them, guess what? 1 Corinthians 14, get this in Zechariah 13:8. Zechariah 13:8. A 2/3 nigger, that's what we bearing witness to, right? Standing or squat, right? He might as well be on his belly sliding around on the ground. Because that's what you are. You lower than a motherfucking snake. Why? Because, no, I'm not taking shots, because guess what? You are supposed to be an example, brother. I'm just telling you. Just like when I see you, I can see you without your costume jewelry on. I see the little weak, frail, scary nigga that you truly are. You doing all of that shit just to try to hide yourself. Because just to be normal, that's too hard for you. To look at yourself in the mirror just a low-life nigga, you'd rather be a fucking carrot. Right? Just for him to look at himself without them tattoos, without that jewelry, that's one of the scariest things ever. For them lame-ass hoes to see you with just regular hair, just a regular low-life nigga, you want to be special, which is really a character, you a clown. Go ahead, I'm not mad. You just seeing a man talking to you like a man. I bet your father ain't never spoke to you like this. Go ahead.
Zechariah 13:8.
Hey, the sister said keep doing what you're doing. Right? Keep doing what you're doing. Hey, bear witness to that. Hey, mother, many blessings. Hey, we entertain. Hey, she said we talking some serious stuff. See, you worship the woman. You worship the woman, so you ain't got nothing to say against her when she agree with our message. But just like you was raised in the house.
Old lady, she sleep, my nigga. Oh my God.
She sleep. You better hope you live to be her age. Talking about she sleep. You better hope, because I can see a nigga like you on the HAC somewhere get scraped up off the ground by some other gay fake thug in the city, right? You better hope you get to her motherfucking age, you clown ass nigga. I can't stand niggas like this, man. There's gonna come a time when we gonna get physical with you little pieces of shit. Because y'all, guess what? Y'all play with the Most High servants, and y'all thinking that we one of these gay pastors like Malachi Z. York.
I didn't call you gay. I said you worship.
You can't call us gay. Because that masculinity is oozing out of our skin, brother. Toxic masculinity up here. Toxic masculinity up here. You can't call us gay. It's oozing out of our skin. We got beards.
King James
unlike
is a
you.
faggot.
You keep going back. You have no knowledge. Right? So 1 Corinthians, Zechariah 13:8, bring it out.
Zechariah 13:8.
Leviticus 20:16.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
It said it shall come to pass in the land that 2/3, meaning it's 3 parts and 2/3, as we affectionately call them, shall be cut off and die. Go ahead. All right.
And I will bring the third part through the fire. And refine them as silver is refined. And I will try them as gold is tried.
That's right, go ahead.
They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people.
It said that 2/3, he's going to hear our prayers. That 1/3, he's going to hear their prayers. It said that 2/3, 2 parts shall be cut off and die. Go ahead.
And they shall say, the Lord is my power.
He said the Lord is our power. Just like he's saying, y'all worship a man. He want to worship a woman or a goat. What does he want us to worship? Right? Go ahead.
You don't worship a man.
John 3:19. It said 2/3 shall be cut off and die. Go ahead.
This is John 3:19.
Go ahead.
And this is the condemnation. The light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
Go ahead. Here comes Ecclesiastes 3:4. Bring that out one more time for light.
This is 3 John 9. This is John 3:19. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world.
So what's light? Because somebody has the truth in the land of darkness. There's only one truth. It said this is the condemnation, that light represents wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? It said that it's coming to the world. Go ahead.
And man love darkness rather than light.
It said man love darkness rather than light. Go ahead.
Because their deeds were evil.
Because these niggas' deeds are evil. They don't like the light. Go ahead.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
Everyone that doeth evil, they hate the light. Go ahead.
Neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
And this faggot not trying to change. He's not trying to be reproved. Bring this out. So Rock 3:24, bring it out. Ecclesiastes 3:24.
Now I'm a faggot. Now I'm a faggot.
You was born a faggot. Go ahead. Ecclesiastes 3:24.
Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me?
Bro, you better be glad we're not putting our hands on it. It's not time. I'll bring it out. Leviticus 20:16.
This is Leviticus 20:16. If a man approach unto any beast and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
And I'm a faggot.
I'm not gonna put my hands on a gay nigga.
Young man.
Why would I would have infect myself?
It's been an hour. It's been an hour. I'm a faggot and you put my
Is
hands
it 19? I'm trying to get in Leviticus, the 20th chapter. Man shall not lie with man, as man lie with woman, for it's an abomination. A filthy, wicked, detestable act that the Most High hates. So guess what? If any man of the Lord, like he said, authorized the Bible to be written and he gay, he looked over one critical part that condemns faggots in the Bible, which lets you know that he's nothing but a gainsayer. He came with his right, left, and he don't have nothing else. I'll at least come with a combination, but this is an unlearned nigga. He don't even have good scoffing points. The scoffing points you coming with, I heard when I first came, 8 years ago, right. I heard people talking about this, and I thought they would get deeper, but he don't even know his own shit. Notice he ain't spoke on that Malachi Z. York pedophile stuff yet. Cat got his tongue on that one.
I was gonna ask a question. I gotta record. Hey, I gotta record it. I'm gonna answer the question. Stop it. Stop it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Shall not lie with man. You want our attention.
You know what's on YouTube?
We're not gonna give it to you.
You know what's on YouTube?
Right? Get Sirach 11:7.
You know what's on YouTube?
Right? Brother, we out here to be expected. We out here to be expected, bro. Romans 12:1 says, we present our bodies as a living sacrifice. See, a preacher won't come out here. Why? Because you got to deal with the general public. You got to deal with noise pollution. You even got to deal with the enemies of your people. See, we came out and we're thinking that our enemies of the heathen nations, or the so-called white man, will come up against us. But guess what? The Lord's people, this is why 1 Peter 4:11 said judgment must begin at the house of Israel. You know, God is going to begin with his people first because you were actually created to be righteous. But throughout your captivity, you've learned to embrace it. You've seen a couple Young Thug videos, and now you was influenced to dye your punk ass braids. Right? No, I'm talking to you like a man. I don't owe you no respect. The Most High gonna kill niggas like you. Right? And guess what? We coming in the same spirit. So unlike your mama and your gay ass pastor, we gonna talk to you straight, brother. Because what you doing is something that's a very high spiritual violation. Through the spirit. The Most High, my kid, we could have threw a curse up on you, but you cursed already. Just like with Alicia. When that nigga, those children were mocking Alicia, he threw a curse up on them, and them she-bears came and ate the little bitches. Why? Because the Most High cares deeply for his prophets, his servants. We're not coming out here with a bucket asking you for nothing like Malachi to York was.
Right? Who's the Most High? Who's the Most High? Tell me, who's that?
He's not the God of facts, right?
Who the fuck is the Most High?
Leviticus 18
the Most High?
and 22.
Bring it up.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind.
The Bible says, thou shalt not lie with mankind. Go ahead.
As with womankind.
As with womankind. Brings that one more time for the gay man.
Leviticus 18 and 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind.
Right, exactly. I'm trying to tell him.
Go ahead.
As with womankind.
As with womankind. This is one of the tenets of our 613 laws, statutes, and commandments. Our Bible speaks against pansexuality, bestiality, feminism, right? The Bible promotes healthy relationships between men and women. And guess what? The Most High commanded us, one of the commandments is to what? Be fruitful and multiply. So he wants us to not only reproduce with women, but he wants us to reproduce with an abundance of women, and he wants us to teach our children the law, statutes, and commandments so that when we pass, we leave behind an example and a representation of us on the earth. See, wisdom like that could never come out of his mouth through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh.
You didn't say nothing.
Right? I said a lot. Right? Get 1 Corinthians 3:19. Why? Because guess what? What we hold in high esteem, what we hold is precious, is foolishness unto him. Right? 1 Corinthians 3:19. It's not supposed to be deep, and the scriptures say that what's important to us is foolishness unto you. It's not supposed to be deep unto you. This is a hallmark and an indicator that he's a 2/3 nigga. What we find is high, is importance, is not high importance to him. Look, we hold high importance scriptures, he hold high importance the 100 sluts that he say he messing with in the city. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Start from the top one more time, because he said, what we saying ain't deep as foolishness. Now, what the scripture say about 2/3 niggas like them that listen to the words? What are they gonna say? Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
Whatever you know is foolishness to us. Nothing that you got to say is of value to us. Right? It's saying the wisdom of this world, just like he said, give me 2 minutes. We don't want to listen to a faggot. It said the wisdom of this world is foolishness to our
Okay, got a shower. I'm getting ready.
For it is written, he taketh
hey,
the wise in their own craftiness.
Got a shower.
The wise in
I'll be
their
ready.
Own craftiness. You got some more on that?
Look, okay, got a shower. I'll be ready. It's a bitch.
1 Corinthians 1 and 25.
Okay.
Because the foolishness
Got a shower.
of the Most
I'll be
High
ready.
is wiser than man.
It said the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than man. Bring this out one more time.
1 Corinthians 1 and 25.
Bring it up.
Because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than man.
Got a shower.
And the weakness of the Most High is stronger than man.
I'll be ready.
It said the weakness of the Most High is stronger than man. Get Genesis 3 and 16 for him real quick. I want to give him some understanding. Because he keeps putting a woman in so much value. Like, look, I'm worth the value. Look, I'm worth value. I'm about to go get some coochie right now.
He called me a faggot.
Look, you need women to validate you. But guess what? What does the scripture say? Were you made for the woman, or was the woman made for you? The woman was made to serve you. But the way he sounded, look, they getting ready. He about to go over there and deliver himself. He's serving them. Right? And I get when she call you, your little hoe ass gonna run and
That's
go.
why man was
Look,
created.
whenever she summons him, he gonna go. Just like a little hoe
why man
ass
was
nigga that
created.
worship women.
That's
He
why
worship
man was
women. Go ahead.
created.
This is Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children,
Go ahead.
and thy desire shall be unto thy husband.
It said the woman's desire is supposed to be to the man. All his desire is for the woman. And we do love our woman, but guess what? Get
You
1
serve the woman. You
Get 1
serve
Corinthians
the
11:3. Oh, bring it
Why
out.
you
Bring
got
it
two?
out.
All right, so why you got two nipples?
And
Why you
he
got two
shall rule over
Why do you
them.
have two nipples?
Are you talking about the Bartholin gland
No.
bullshit?
Why do you have two nipples? Go ahead. Why do you have two nipples?
Bro,
Seriously.
hold on, wait. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
All right, so listen to me.
All right.
You
I got
have nipples, but do your nipples produce lactate glands to feed the baby?
No.
Okay, shut the hell up with that.
Because you're a woman.
So why don't your
you
nipples
are a
produce?
woman.
Why don't you have lactate glands? So you wanna breastfeed the baby now? You wanna breastfeed the baby now?
All right, so the
You wanna
man-
breastfeed the baby
Wait,
now?
the man-
You wanna breastfeed the baby
Okay,
now?
so the
So
man-
you got nipples, so
Wait,
you're
wait.
supposed to breastfeed the baby now.
The man is a
You don't have
masculine-
lactate
the man
glands.
is a masculine expression
Right?
of a woman.
A woman, bro.
Even science.
First Corinthians
Go
11,
ahead. Go ahead.
bring
Go
that.
ahead. I ain't going to go ahead. Go ahead.
I got it right
See,
here.
y'all don't know nothing.
Bro, you
I'm
just got
trying to.
confounded.
God damn it.
No, but
Y'all don't know nothing.
you got confounded.
See, y'all don't know nothing.
Why don't you have lactate glands? You got a
Nigga.
nipple, but why didn't God give you
Okay,
lactate
so
glands?
why-
So that
why-
you can feed
go
the
ahead,
baby.
go ahead.
You want to feed the baby?
Go
Huh?
ahead.
Well, look,
Go ahead.
I guess,
You're not listening.
I guess
You're
a
not
man's supposed to get your ass
You're not
pregnant,
listening.
and your chest supposed to produce breast, so you can feed the baby.
You're not listening.
Going with that perverted Malachi York
My
bullshit.
nigga,
That's why the Most High
man-
got his ass
a
underground
man
right
is
now
a masculine
for the rest of his
expression
life
of a woman.
for teaching niggas bullshit like
A
the
man-
Bartholin gland. Now you saying what? Now
Wait,
what?
wait.
Yo, now you're saying that a woman can impregnate herself?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I know your bullshit.
See, they don't know nothing. They don't.
I know everything.
They don't know
that
nothing.
like
Hey,
piece of
they
nigga
don't know
coming
nothing.
with. I know
They don't know
everything that
nothing.
Malachi Z. York
They
taught
don't know
because Malachi Z. York had a book stored on 5 points called All Eyes on Egypt with the Eye of
Oh,
Horus.
yeah, oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's
So,
a fact.
so
That's
everything
it.
that you coming with, I was there. I was already there,
What
brother.
you
So
do
you
with
need
us?
to
Why
shut
you with
down.
these- Come on, nigga. Why the fuck you with these niggas? They don't know nothing.
Hey, these are my brothers,
The
and I
Hebrew
kill
niggas-
for them.
alright,
And I
listen.
kill for them.
Good,
And I
good,
kill for them.
good,
So you
good.
can call them
I
niggas or
would
whatever
too.
you
I would
want
too.
to.
I would
But
too.
you's a low-life
But
piece
you
of
need to come
scum,
with
and
us
they
then.
know that.
You need to
These
come
men
with us.
have families, they have women
You need to
and
come
children
with-
that
you-
love
go
them.
ahead, go
So
ahead,
you
go
just a low-life scoffer.
Go ahead,
It's
go ahead,
nothing
go
you can do
ahead. Go
to
ahead,
make
go ahead.
these men flinch or make them their heart skip a beat.
I'm trying to
They
educate
know
you.
who they
I'm
are,
trying to
and there's
educate
nothing you can say about me to make disparaging comments about them. They're more honorable than
Okay,
you,
if
your
you-
daddy,
if
your
you
granddaddy,
been-
any
if
nigga in
you
your
been to the
family.
bookstore, if you been
You
to the
know what I'm
bookstore,
saying?
if you been to the bookstore, why you
Well,
not with us? Why you with this? You
Hey,
know it's bullshit.
it's called knowledge
Then
increasing.
you know this is
It's
bullshit.
called knowledge increasing.
My nigga, you
It's
know
called
this is bullshit
enlightenment.
then.
It's called discernment.
nigga, listen.
It's called going from glory to glory.
You know this is
Just like,
bullshit
hey,
though. You know that in your
hey,
head.
Bring out the
Come
bring
on,
out what you got, bro.
God.
Get the
1
Ecclesiastes.
Corinthians 11:3.
1 Corinthians 11
So
and 3.
he
So
can
we
say,
got
he can say he been all out to Egypt.
But I
He
would
knows this
have
is
you
bullshit.
know
He knows
that the
bullshit.
head of every man
I
is
know your
Christ,
bullshit better than you, nigga.
and the head of the woman is
He
the
knows this
man,
bullshit.
and the head of Christ
You gotta be with us. Come on,
It's
come with
the-
us. Hey, come with us, my nigga.
is
Come with
God,
us.
the
Come with
power.
us.
All right, so now this is, it said that the head of every man, or the head of every man is Yahweh. Meaning we're not even the head. This is our head. It gives us instructions on how we supposed to deal with brothers, how we eat, how we dress, how we worship. It's simple. Because just like you would rather believe some wayward doctrine that a woman can impregnate herself, right?
Yes, come oh, God.
But with, like I said, the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High. He's scoffing at us, but he believes that we have nipples because we're degenerated women.
Oh my God.
You believe that we're? Let me get low. This nigga, he don't believe that the Most High created man and woman, but he created that we've degenerated into women. He believes that God is a woman, which we cut.
Right, yes.
He believes,
She's a God, yes.
you believe in the Bartholin gland, meaning that a woman can somehow impregnate herself. So these are type of, so the Most High, the most,
Use the semen. You should know this. You've been in the bookstore. You use the semen.
so
Go ahead.
give me one example of a woman impregnating herself in history.
She lost the ability. She lost that ability.
Tell them the wrong.
Y'all don't know that. Y'all do not know that. But you don't. You know it. You know it.
Confounded.
But you know it. Come out.
Confounded.
Wait, come out.
Confounded.
All the Hebrews. Come out. Wait, wait.
Madness. Get
All
Micah
the- come out.
2.
All
Get
the
Micah 2.
Hebrews.
Because we didn't go back to Esau.
You know that.
Esau,
But
he
you know that.
that's wine. It
Go
said
ahead,
our
go
people are drunk, but not with
Go ahead,
wine. Get that real quick.
But you
Right?
know that,
Because
though.
our people are drunk off the philosophies, the doctrines, the teachings of the so-called white man. The white man, his science tells us that we come from apes. Do you believe that? Darwinism?
No.
But you might as well. You don't believe he came from an ape, but you believe he came from 2 women? No, 1 woman that gave birth to a man.
So wait,
when man bears the X and the Y chromosome, the man bears the X and the Y chromosome, we decide the gender and the nationality.
Not at all. Not at all, my nigga.
The women don't bear the X and the Y chromosome.
Are y'all Christians? What's going on with y'all?
What does Christian mean, dummy?
Wait,
what does Christian mean?
Patriarchal bullshit. Patriarchal fucking bullshit.
This is a low-level nigga.
Patriarchal bullshit. Just like this shit right here.
We could have told you the etymology of what Christian was.
Bullshit.
But knowledge is too hot for a food. Wisdom is too hot for a food.
It's patriarchal.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Bring it up.
Bullshit.
Bring it up.
So look,
Isaiah 20:99.
Isaiah 20:99. Read.
Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine.
He ain't had a drink all day, but this man is inebriated.
I'm lit right now.
Inebriated. Go ahead.
I'm lit. I'm pretty lit.
They stagger, but not with strong wine.
You stagger, but not with strong spirits and strong drink. Go ahead.
Verse 9.
It said that they are drunk, but not with wine. He's drunk all the philosophies of his captor, the so-called white man. See, when you came over here, you had a semblance of who you were, who your God was, but throughout your captivity, the white man has told you that, guess what? God is a woman. The white man has came up with philosophies that Malachi York, he was all over the place, right? He took a little bit from the Bible, a little bit from the Quran, and perverted all of it and came up with some Nuwapian bullshit. It says, bring it one more time. I ain't confounded.
Isaiah 20:99. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
They stagger, but not with strong drink. Get Baruch 4 real quick. If you were holding something, bring it out. Because he's staggering, but he's staggering off of what he learned from the so-called white man. Right? It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. But rather than find this knowledge, he'll rather go and learn from the feet of the white man quietly. He'll rather go learn from the feet of a pedophile white man quietly, might I add, in subjection with a pen and paper. But the Lord's men and his servants that come out with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that can give our people understanding. Guess what? It's too hot for our people. Right?
If he did that, he's a pedophile. If he did that,
no, it ain't an if. He admitted to it. It ain't an if. It ain't an if. He admitted it in court. It ain't an if. He's been convicted and he's in jail right now. It ain't no if. Go ahead.
I can't talk that.
Baruch 4. Bring out what you got. Micah 2. You start with 1. Because Esau Edom, he's the one that performs this diligent work. The so-called white man, that's his true biblical name. He calls himself white. Is he white? Are you black? So see, these are the basic fundamentals of what we teach. You have to go back to, guess what, just shutting the hell up and asking sincere questions. And trusting that, guess what, we can give you the answer. Because guess what, we're not asking you a goddamn thing. It's nothing that you can teach us or tell us that's going to benefit us. And we can discern that from a mile away. We can discern that from the time we seen the smooth criminal right?
Nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Yep, and what's profitable for us is to learn these laws, statutes, and commandments, repent, and do our best to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments in our captivity. Because Micah 2, it talks about how throughout the ages and throughout the dispensation of time, the white man, he's always coming up with think tanks. He's always coming up with meetings and groups on ways to do what? Keep us separated from our power. Right? Get Jeremiah 17 and 4. You can bring out what you got.
This is Micah 2 and 10.
Come, you start with, you start with 1.
Come. This is Micah 2 and 1.
Come.
Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
That's right, because you have the global elite, so-called Amalekites, the people that call themselves Jews and they're not, that run media, that run sports, pornography, entertainment. So when you're dealing with the elite, the spiritual demon Satan. But when you're dealing with the elite of this nation,
Satan that's in you, all this is within. See, y'all
Satan is a spirit, but he has a physical counterpart.
That's within you. You are Satan.
He has a physical counterpart.
My nigga, you are Satan.
What does Satan mean?
Oh my God.
Confounded.
You are Satan.
What does Satan mean?
Come on, you are Satan.
I'm saying, what does Satan mean?
You are the devil.
Okay.
Not you.
What does devil mean?
Wait. Not you.
Two words.
Wait. These are all esoteric principles.
What does esoteric mean?
Within. My nigga, within, it means within.
Esoteric means hidden.
Hidden within. The soul is hidden within.
Bro,
my nigga,
bro,
do you hear
you're not on the level, bro.
The soul is hidden within. Solomon, soul, I'm in within.
Bro.
Solomon, soul, the sun. That's you within. I should be a preacher, because these niggas don't know nothing.
Bring up Micah 2.
Come on, my nigga.
This is Micah 2:1. Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
The devil is
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands.
It's in the power of the so-called white man's hands. He won't go to sleep until he's done some type of work to try to do what? Keep the children of Israel in a deeper, darker stupor. He don't give a damn what you believe in, as long as you don't believe in that which is unless you believe in something that's beneficial towards you or your people.
So
anything that's counterproductive and our people grabbed onto it, the white man will allow them to do that freely. That's why right now they're calling us black identity extremists. They call what we teach hate speech because we're teaching a lesson and a message that's exclusive. It's not inclusive. Right. It's just for our people that want to get together.
Y'all teaching about violence.
Hey, how was America established?
Wait. We talking about you. You teach about violence.
Hey,
didn't you say you gonna beat me up?
Hey, I never threatened you one time.
Yeah, you said, nigga. All right,
I didn't say that. Bring out what you got, bro. Don't bear false witness. I didn't threaten you.
You said, we would beat your ass right now.
I said I don't want to touch you because I don't want to catch nothing.
No, you said we would beat your ass.
I'm telling you now that we are not out here to harm you. We're not out here to harm you, you know that. Otherwise, you'd have walked till a gay ass by because you see us with these Bibles, so you think we're a joke. You know we're not going to harm you.
Wait. I said you a joke. I said
Ecclesiastes 22:14. What is heavier than lead, and what is the name thereof but a fool?
It said, what is heavier than lead, and what's the name thereof? Go ahead, read that one more time.
What is heavier than lead, and what is the name thereof but a fool?
Hey, because dealing with a fool is grievous. Get Proverbs 24:7, bring it out.
This is Proverbs 24:7.
Listen up, man.
Wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth in the gate.
In the gates we were talking about, they hate them that rebuke us in the gates. It said wisdom is too high for a fool. In the gates, that's why Ecclesiastes 5 says, keep thy foot when I go into the house of God. Right. Be ready more to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. Because guess what? Wisdom is too high for a fool. That's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you can listen more than you run your trap. Because you obviously have nothing that can benefit us. Right? Bring this out one more time. Proverbs 22, Proverbs brings out.
This is Proverbs 24:7. Wisdom is too high for a fool, and he openeth not his mouth in the gate. He that deviseth to do evil shall be called mischievous person.
This is a mischievous person right here. This is a mischievous little nigga. It's a sport to him to riot in the daytime. When he's supposed to be getting himself together repenting, he's just trying to be a vexation to the Lord's man. Right? You can bring out what you got.
You think repenting? Are you a Christian? You think they're repenting?
What does Christian mean?
I don't know. Tell me.
A Christian was actually a derogatory term that was applied to us.
So the Christ means like,
but that's too high for you. Bring out what you got.
Proverbs 17:28.
Come on.
Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace,
so Christ means like,
is counted wise.
Bring it out one more time.
Proverbs 17:28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise.
Bring this out one more time.
Proverbs 17:28.
Hey, cause look, if he would have been quiet and he didn't say nothing, we'd have been like, hey, did y'all see that brother? He looked kind of gay, but he might be in deep. We might think we would have counted him as wise just if he would have just shut the hell up. Right? Bring this out one more time.
Proverbs 17:28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding.
If he just be quiet, he'll get so much further in life. Proverbs 23:9 brings up.
Proverbs 23:9. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words.
Bring this out one more time for him while he trying to act like he don't hear.
Proverbs 23:9. Speak not in the ears of a fool.
It says, speak not into the ears of a fool. Go ahead.
For he will despise wisdom of thy words.
I'm a fool.
Hey, it says, speak not into the ears of a fool because he'll despise your wisdom. He'll know what he'll say and he'll despise it. Bring it out one more time. He don't appreciate it.
Proverbs 23:9. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words.
Hey, he'll despise the wisdom of your word. Bring this out one more time.
Proverbs 17:28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace.
It said, cry loud, lift up your voice like a trumpet. See, we're in the 4 corners of the street. That's why we speak loudly, even among the noise pollution of the trains. Unlike your gay preacher or that nigga that's like 3 miles up under the ground, Malachi York. He ain't preaching or raising his voice to nobody.
Cool? So
Go
wait,
ahead.
you think that's cool?
Proverbs 17:28.
Proverbs 17:28. Read.
Even a fool,
That's cool that he underground.
when he holdeth his peace, is counted
That's
wise.
cool that he
The
underground?
fool, when he holds his peace, is counted wise. Go ahead.
And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding.
When
So
you
you
be
think that's
quiet,
cool that he underground?
guess what? You'll get a lot further in life. Bring out what you got.
This is Proverbs 26:3. A whip for a horse,
A whip for a horse,
a bridle for the ass,
a bridle for the ass,
a rod for the fool's back,
and a rod for the fool's back. That's what you niggas need. What your daddy or your mama never gave you, a good ass whooping. Now you out here in the streets just being a badass little nigga when you supposed to be leading families and standing up for your nation. But you just a clown. Bring this out one more time.
This is Proverbs 26:3.
I got an
A
apartment.
whip
I got a
for the
car.
horse,
I got a car. I got
a
an apartment.
bridle for the ass,
A bridle for the ass.
a rod for the fool's back.
You're just
Rod
trying to
for
be
the fool's
insulting.
back. Go ahead.
You're just trying to be insulting. I have an apartment. I have a
Answer
car.
not a fool
Time out.
according to his folly.
He say, answer not a fool, what?
According to his folly.
Go ahead.
Lest thou be
He just trying to
us
he trying to
also
be
be
insulting.
like unto him.
Because when people is looking at us arguing, they can't tell who the fool is and who's the man of understanding. Bring this out from the top one more time.
Yeah, you got a lot of nuances
A
coming
whip
through.
for the
A lot of
horse.
nuances coming through.
Okay,
They know what I'm doing.
next.
They know what I'm doing.
Answer
a lot
not
of
a
nuances.
fool according to his folly. Lest thou be also be like unto him.
It said, you're going to be like the fool if you sit here and entertain this damn fool and answer these frivolous, foolish, stupid questions that don't have anything to do with salvation or the life.
Salvation?
So it said, answer not a fool unless this fool think that, guess what? He could wrestle with us mentally when you're nowhere in our spectrum. Why? Because we represent the power of Abraham,
But
Isaac,
you
and
read it
Jacob.
from the Bible.
We represent the power of the
But you
God of
read
the
it from the
universe.
Bible.
That same, the Most High that you was
My
talking
nigga.
about, that's who we represent. So we have the
Who's the
knowledge.
Most High? Who's the Most High?
The knowledge is too high for a fool.
Who's
Bring out
the
what you
Most
got.
High?
Proverbs
Who's the Most
26:12.
Who's
We
the
got-
Proverbs
hey,
26
His
and
name
12.
is grievous to the heathen. You don't know it. You're not gonna tell.
So I can say fuck the Most High then, right?
Proverbs
To
26
your detriment.
and 12.
Say it.
Seest thou a man wise in his own
Who's the
conceit?
Most
This
High?
man is wise in his own consent.
Who's the Most
There
High?
is-
Just like he was sitting here talking about his post-secondary education he got from the white man.
Wait,
That told him he was a monkey.
wait.
He boasting in that. Go ahead.
But you just said get my life together. You said get my life together.
There
That's
is
it,
more
right?
hope
That's it.
of a fool than of
So
him.
now you
Bring this
contradict
out from the
yourself.
top one more
So
time.
now you contradict yourself.
Proverbs 26 and 12. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him.
It said there's more hope of a fool than somebody who's proud that think they know it all.
Right.
You're
Right,
wise
like
in
me,
your
right.
own conceit. A man that thinks of himself to be wise but knoweth nothing.
But he's a fool.
That's a hell of a delusion that
Right.
the Most High's poured. A hell of a stumbling block. When guess what? It's all signs and you can look at him and tell that this man, he got potential.
Gay? No, he gay.
He got
gay.
potential
Right, but he's
from
gay.
where you're at to
Right,
where
but
you
he's
can
gay.
be, just like us.
But he's
We're
gay.
trying to fulfill our potential. We know even where we're at, we want to be so much greater. That's why, guess what? The scriptures say, study to show thyself approved, a workman that need not be ashamed. Because we want to be found approved not only to our peers, not only to the people that we minister to, but most of all to the Most High. We want to be worthy of being saved. Right? But it said that if somebody is wise in their own conceit, just like us, we'll tell you we all worthy of death because the scripture tells us that in Job 4:7. We've all committed sins that's worthy of death. We could die today, and we know better than you in the eyes of the Most High.
That's not the end.
We
That is not
are
the
no
end.
better than you.
That's
But guess
not the
what?
end.
We are better than you because
not the
we
end.
hearken to the call to stand
But
up.
death is not the end.
So
you get
we
excited
hearken
for
to the
that.
call
You
to
get
stand
excited
up,
for
right?
hold on. I got
Hey, you bring out what you got.
get excited for that.
Proverbs 26.
You get
This is
excited for that.
Proverbs 26 and
You
3.
get excited for
But
that.
get
A
excited when
whip
out in
for
front of
the
car.
horse, a bridle for the ass, a rod for the fool's back.
You get excited for
Answer
that.
not a fool according to his
You
folly,
get excited for that.
lest thou also be like unto him.
That's
You get
like we
excited
be
for
under
that.
him. Proverbs
You
15.
get
too.
excited for
Right.
that.
Proverbs 15 and 2.
Bring it up.
The
You
tongue
worship that.
of the wise
You worship
useth
that.
knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness.
A mouth of
Wait, wait, wait.
fools.
Wait.
Bring it out one more time. He already talked about the
Wait, wait,
barbering
wait, wait.
gland.
I have a legit
He
question.
showed his nipple,
I got a legit
uncovered his
question. I
nakedness.
got- wait, hold on.
He uncovered his nudity and
I got a
everything.
legit question.
To prove a point
I
that
got a
way,
legit
we got
question.
nipples, so now our lactate glands,
I got a
now we
legit
can
question.
breastfeed the baby. Now, why did you show your nipple, fool?
I have a legit question. I have a legit question. I have a question.
You showed us your nipple to prove what?
I have a question.
Hey, answer not. Oh God, a woman get herself pregnant, but hey, I guess it's like the man turned into an ape. What a transition of fossils. You say we come from ape, but where's the ape man? Where's the ape that's learning to speak English? The ape that's, you know what I'm saying?
The white man.
He's drunk, but not with words. He's staggering, but not with strong drink.
I got a question.
Hey, go ahead and bring
I have a
out
question.
Proverbs 15. You brought that out. Bring it out.
Proverbs 15 and 2.
Come on, bring it
The
out.
tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out
See how you do
foolishness.
it? I can't
God,
question.
get Proverbs
See how
17
you question. See how you doing?
Hey, it said, the mouth of a fool poureth out foolishness. And foolishness is anything that's not pertaining to what's upright and sound. Right? Our people don't know how to use logic and rationale, critical thinking. Right? It's just a little bit of reasoning and rationale and critical thinking. You could come to the point like, the Most High created man and woman. These nipples are here because guess what? They are put here by the Most High. It doesn't mean that you should feed the baby.
So
but
why do you have
our
nipples?
people don't know how to
So why do
be
you have
critical
nipples?
thinkers. You tell me.
I just told you.
Answer not a fool according to his father. Right? You can bring out what you got.
This is Proverbs 28 and 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool.
Because guess what?
I'm a fool, right?
He trusting in his deceitful heart.
deceitful.
He not
I'm
trusting
deceitful.
into these words.
Right.
He rather trust
The words
in
of
his
the
own
Bible,
understanding.
of
Go
the
ahead.
Bible written by a white
But
man.
whosoever
He read from white man
walketh
book.
wisely,
He read from white man book.
he shall be delivered.
It said, whoever walked is wisely will be delivered. And walking wisely is walking within the tenets of these laws, statutes, and commandments. Not leaning on your own heart, because your heart is deceitful. Whatever you think, it could change from day to day. But this word is sure, right? It's been here since the foundation of the earth. And guess what? To those people that hearken to it, guess what? You'll have success in these,
You said
in
your
these
heart
times.
is deceitful? Is
Go
that what
ahead.
you said?
Jeremiah 17:9, hold that for the idiot. Go ahead.
Proverbs 17 and 12.
Listen to this.
Let a bear rob of her whelps meet a man,
It said, let a bear rob of her whelps meet a man. Go ahead.
rather than a fool in his folly.
So it's saying, I'd rather meet a bear that think I got her cubs. And you know, that's ferocious. You ever seen a bird, when you go near that bird nest, they're very protective, that matriarchal protecting nurturer thing come out. Bring this out one more time. This is heavy.
Proverbs 17 and 12. Let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man, rather than a fool in his folly.
Rather than a fool in his folly. So we want to deal with the heart. Because he probably thinks you
See,
got
the heart is deceitful.
Yeah, well, Jeremiah 17:9. Let the scripture speak. Jeremiah
Come on, my
17:9.
nigga.
Give
Jeremiah said,
But you too smart.
Oh, bring it
for
out,
this.
bring it out.
Hey, my nigga, you too smart for all
Jeremiah
this.
17:9.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Come. You can hold Proverbs 28.
You too smart for this. Hey, you too smart for all this. You know that.
Bro,
you too smart
I'm
for all
not
this.
shit. I'm not
You
shit.
too smart for all this.
Jeremiah 17:9.
You got potential too. Come on, you gotta get rid of all this. You got potential too.
Bro.
You too smart for all this. Talk about the heart is deceitful.
This
The heart
is
is your
Jeremiah
brain. It's your brain.
17 and 9.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
The heart is deceitful above all
And that's why I
things
can't take niggas seriously.
and desperately
That's why you can't take
wicked.
it seriously.
Who can know it?
So in
I'm
Hebrew,
listening.
just like you think this is the heart that pumps blood and distributes it throughout different parts of your body, no critical thinking goes on here.
Yes, it does.
In the Hebrew,
Yes,
the
it
word
does.
heart is the word la'ab. And the word la'ab means your mind. Right? The mind is deceitful above all things, not that
So
organ that's in your
Wait,
chest.
stop right there. You're
That's
right.
fucking
Okay,
blood.
right. Okay, fair enough.
Proverbs 20, no, fair enough.
You
Proverbs
said the
28,
mind. You said the
26.
mind. You just said the mind.
Fair enough.
Now you
That's how you deal with it.
Okay, now
He's
you-
just like,
now you
all right, let me go to my
contradicting.
next
Now you
point.
contradicting. Now you-
So
now
the
you
heart is
contradicting.
deceitful. Bring that one more time, brother.
But you said
The
mind.
heart is
But you just said
deceitful
the mind.
above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
You just said the mind. It's the mind of the heart. It's the mind of the heart.
Hey, it
Go ahead,
said the heart is deceitful
The heart-
and
okay.
desperately,
All things.
and desperately wicked. Who can know? Get Mark 7:21 real quick to let
He's
him
still
know
quoting the
what
Bible,
comes
too.
out of the
He's
heart.
still quoting the
right?
Bible.
Yeah, this is wisdom.
Come out of the Bible.
Proverbs
Come out of the
12
Bible.
and
Come out of the
15.
You want me to
Bible.
speak out of my feeble ass mind? I don't know shit.
Come on.
We only out
my
here
nigga,
because of the
come out
Bible.
the Bible.
The only reason we out here is because of the Bible. It's the start of the show.
Oh my
It's
God.
the start of the show.
My nigga, come out
This
of
is
the
the start
Bible.
of the show. If it weren't for this, we wouldn't be out here.
Please,
I would
please.
walk right past you and ignore
Please,
your ass.
come out of the Bible,
If it weren't for this Bible.
Please.
Right? Bring out what you got.
Proverbs 12 and
Please come out of the
15.
Bible.
Proverbs 12 and 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes.
It said, way of a fool is right in his own. Get ready for slavery, white man.
Right.
It said the ways of a fool are right in his own mind. Go ahead. Look, he concerned about what the white man thinks. He's a faggot, man. Go ahead, man.
I'm a faggot again. Now you
stand up for your people, man. No reason. We not scared of white men.
He's already been a slave.
The Most High is to.
Come out. He's already been a slave.
All right, be quiet, man. Go.
Proverbs 12 and 15.
He gonna be one again.
My
too.
nigga.
The way.
Wait, real quick.
The way of a fool is right in his own eyes.
A way of
My
a
nigga,
fool
my
is
nigga.
right in his own
My
eyes.
nigga.
Go ahead.
But he that hearken
My
unto
nigga, in
counsel
Atlantis, he
is
was a
wise.
slave.
And this is the best
In
counsel you can
Atlantis-
hearken into. To
in
become
Atlantis, he
wise.
was
We say a
slave.
way of a fool is
In
right in
Atlantis,
his
he
own
was a
eyes.
slave.
But he that hearkens to counsel,
Atlantis,
you become wise.
he was a
Guess
slave.
what? We were raised in households of Christians.
In
We was at a
Atlantis,
low
he was
level
a slave.
too. And the Most High, guess what? He said our teachers will not be moved into a corner anymore. Contrary to what he may think, there are men on
In
this planet
Atlantis, he
that
was
have been
slave.
endowed with the truth, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding of the universe
In
through the power and
Atlantis.
spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Whether he likes it, accepts it, believes it or not, it
In
don't mean
Atlantis.
nothing. This is just a dirty job, is the show say. This is a job that we come out to do is pursuant to Matthew 22:9, and we got to deal with niggas that dye their hair and show their booty for every nigga in the city. Right, nigga that subscribe to the homosexual
Oh,
agenda,
don't show no,
men
they
that
show
don't
no.
want to stand up and
Now
be
he showing off.
standing up for their
But now he
families,
showing off.
men that don't want to stand up for righteousness.
But now he
This
showing
is a
off.
part of the dirty job that the Most High has commissioned us to come out and do.
showing off.
Right.
But in the book of Ezekiel, he said that he will make all foreheads hard against their forehead.
Now
So
you-
even though you think you hard, you ain't seen nothing
I'm not
harder
hard.
than the
I'm
two
not
men
hard.
of the
I'm not
Lord.
hard.
You ain't seen
I'm
nothing
trying to
harder.
educate you. I'm
You
trying
ain't
to
seen
educate
nothing more powerful
I'm trying to
than
educate
the
you.
men that
I'm
have
not
stood
hard.
up because the Most High, He's poured His Spirit onto us.
They
If
got-
it was
he
our
got
spirit,
the
we
man
weak,
God,
we feeble.
man
Throughout
God,
the week,
God
we
got a
pass
man.
by, we
God
clock
got a
in.
man.
But when we come out here and we standing up for
God
our
got a
nation,
man.
standing up for this word,
God
we
got
are
a
mighty.
man.
And guess what? Our God, He's
God
the
got a
Lord
man.
God, strong and mighty,
A man,
and He's
you
the Lord
worship a man
God,
God.
mighty in battle.
Right.
Right? Just like Exodus 15:3 called him a man of war.
You
And his
worshiping-
men
you
are a
worshiping a
warrior
man.
class men.
Right.
You couldn't send this man to battle. You couldn't put him
You
in a
worshiping
foxhole
a
with a
man.
nigga.
Right.
You couldn't put this
worshiping a
nigga in a
man.
foxhole with a real warrior. Get this nigga out of here.
worshiping a man.
Because when the battle starts, you know what he gonna start doing? Talking
worshiping
out
a
that
man.
love shit.
You worship
Love
a
the
man.
white man. Right? You not a warrior, bro.
You
the
worshiping a
weak-
man.
You really, you scared. You a coward.
You worshiping a
worse.
man.
You worse than a coward, bro.
I'm a faggot.
You,
Right,
you
faggot,
a
right?
coward.
I'm a faggot, right?
Well, no,
Right,
a coward
right.
is worse than a faggot. Some
Oh.
faggots got heart. Some faggots will stand up.
Fair enough.
Some faggots gonna even shalom. Some faggots gonna actually go. Faggots are even gonna repent and come into this thing and be saved.
Oh, okay.
Even a
I never
faggot.
knew that. I never knew that.
Only
Oh.
sin that's worthy
I
and
didn't know
punishable by death is blasphemy. But we gonna ride with the heart. Get Mark 7:21. Get 1 Timothy
So,
1 and
man,
9.
so the
Because
coward
we gonna let
versus
him
faggot.
know
I
that
didn't know
not only is the heart deceitful above all things, which is the mind, we're gonna let you know why we shouldn't lean on our own understanding and why we should trust in this.
Oh my God! Dude,
Right.
come out of the Bible,
Go ahead.
please.
This is Mark 7:21.
Mark
These
7:21.
niggas cannot come out of the Bible.
From
No, these
within,
niggas
out
cannot
of the
come out
heart
of the
of
Bible.
man.
Start from within, out of the hearts of men. Start over one more time.
They
For
cannot come out of
from
the Bible.
within, the heart of man,
Uh-huh.
proceedeth evil thoughts.
Ooh, out of the hearts of men proceed evil thoughts.
Adultery.
Like what? To dye
You talking
your
about the white man?
dreads.
No,
to show
listen.
your ass. That's
No,
evil
listen,
thoughts.
listen.
And you
He's
went away
talking
with
about
it.
the white
It
man.
said from
They're not
from
talking
out
about
of the
us.
thoughts of men proceed
My
evil
nigga,
thoughts.
listen.
Go ahead.
He's talking about the white man, not us,
For
stupid. Not us.
from
He
within,
not, oh my
out
God.
of the heart of man, proceed evil thoughts.
You poor child.
Adultery,
You poor
Adultery.
child. You don't understand the Bible.
fornication,
Fornication
You don't
come out
understand
the
the Bible.
murders come out the hearts of men.
theft,
Right,
Stop.
I agree.
Thief.
Not us.
Go ahead.
Covetous.
That's their
A
book.
man wondering what another man
Listen.
have covetous. Go
The
ahead.
Bible, that's their
Wickedness.
book. That's the white
Wickedness
man
come out of the
book.
hearts of men.
That's
Go
the
ahead.
white man book.
Deceit comes out of the hearts of men.
lasciviousness,
That's the white man book.
Lasciviousness comes out of the
and
hearts of
evil
men.
eye,
An evil eye towards his brother like he has for us. Go ahead.
That's the white man book.
blasphemy,
Blasphemy, as we heard him commit several times today. Go ahead.
pride,
Bride, you know,
Foolishness.
he might want something from a homo and offer up his booty as a bride. Right? Go
Like
ahead.
King James.
Foolishness.
Like King
Foolishness.
James.
Foolishness.
all
Like King
these
James.
things,
All these things.
Like
come
King,
from
like
within.
King James
Uh-huh.
was a faggot. King
and
James was a
defile the man.
All these things
ahead.
come out from within our hearts, and that's what defiles us. That's why Proverbs 3 and 5 bring that out real quick. Go ahead, bring this out. 1 Timothy 1 and 9.
1 Timothy 1 and 9.
Bring it
That's
up.
the white
All right.
man book. That's the white man's book talking about that, stupid. The
Knowing
white man's
this,
book.
that the
That's
law
why
is
it's saying all
not
that. That's why
made
it's saying all
for
that.
We
a
gonna deal with
righteous
it.
man, but the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly, and for sinners.
He talking about the white man.
Hey, start from
and profane.
He talking about the white man.
Hey, I know you don't respect the scriptures, but if they speak the
He's talking about the white man, my nigga.
Sirach
He is
11 and
talking
7
about the
says,
white man.
No, we're gonna get into the white man. Just hold your peace.
No,
We'll
the
address
white
it.
talking about wicked shit. That's the white. He's talking about the white man. He's talking about us.
Hey.
Talking about we don't need no Bible.
So we can't sin?
Wait.
We can't sin? We can't. Well, look how we treat one another.
Fair enough. Because we have adopted.
No. You have to understand, this Bible is full of laws
talking about the
that
white
Moses
man.
gave to the children of Israel, not to the white man.
Listen.
So this Bible is not the white man's book, but it does
Yes, it is.
have the history of the white man.
Okay.
The law was not made for the
Wait,
white man. It's made for the children of Israel. So just because the white man might pick up this book and pervert it through Christianity or through the Roman Catholic Church, this Bible is a very exclusive document, right?
Okay, that's the wrong one then. Fair enough.
No, it's not fair enough.
Fair
I'm
enough.
just
That's
letting
the
you know.
wrong one.
No, I'm just letting you know that this Bible was
Get the
written
Hebrew one. Get the Hebrew. Tell me the Hebrew
for
one.
the house of Israel.
Give me the Hebrew
Right?
Bible then. Don't give me that fucking bullshit. Give me the Hebrew shit.
You know Hebrew?
I don't know Hebrew, but translate it. Wait. Translate it for me. Teach me the right shit.
First Timothy 1.
Translate it. Teach me the right shit then. Teach me the right shit. I know Egyptian. Do you know Egyptian?
So
Go ahead. Do you know Egyptian?
hold on.
I know
wait.
Egyptian.
That's never been translated, man. Don't say you know Egyptian.
My nigga, come
So,
on, my
alright,
nigga.
so what is it
It's
called?
Nuwapic Sabbatic. Come on. Let's start. Hey, don't let this fool you. Don't let this fool you.
you know
Wait.
the Metanetza.
Wait.
So you know Metanetza.
We speak Sabbatic.
So you know the Metanetza.
We speak
You
Sabbatic.
can read the hieroglyphs.
Wait.
You can read the hieroglyphs.
We speak Sabbatic. Hey man, come on now.
Hey, speak
come on
that.
now.
Hey,
You see the eye?
call your leader and
see
speak
the-
that
hey,
sabbatic to him.
you see
He
the
needs
eye?
to hear
Go
some
ahead.
sabbatic right about now. When last time you put
Okay,
some money
alright,
on his
so all I'm
books?
saying- alright, all I'm
When the
saying-
last time you put money on Malachi's in your
Wait.
books for committing
All I'm
that
saying-
pedophilia against those children? For giving those children herpes? Huh? Speak that bullshit to him.
We'll talk about it.
How you doing, bro?
All I'm saying,
Good to see you.
all I'm saying is give me the Hebrew shit. Don't give me that fucking King James faggot shit. Give me the Hebrew shit. Give me the real shit. Don't give me no English.
1 Timothy 1
It's in
and 9
English.
brings it out.
It's in English.
First Timothy
What
1
language
and 9.
do we speak?
It's in English.
If I gave it
so
to
give
him,
me the Hebrew
if
shit.
I give you something in Hebrew, you're gonna look at me
He
crazy.
translated. No. Translate it for me.
That's why King James
Translate.
translated it from
But
the
he was a
Hebrew and the
faggot.
Greek
But he
into
was a
the English.
faggot.
Because if King James didn't translate it
But he
from
was
the
a
Hebrew and the
faggot.
Greek, we wouldn't have this today to bring us back
Okay,
into the understanding
King James is a
of who we
faggot.
truly are. So the water Yahweh Shem Yahushua for our patriarch King James, who was
So the Bible-
a father of 8 children. He had a wife named
So the
Anne of
Bible
Denmark.
is a whitewashed
Anne
version.
of Denmark. You can look this stuff up.
All right.
So in his death, they shamed him just like they gonna say Michael Jackson was gay once he died. If you die and you in renown, when Bill Cosby died, name one of our greats that they not gonna disparage and drag through the mud once we die. That's what they do to America. That's one of the curses of being an Israelite. No different than King James. Once King James died, men that didn't like him when he was alive, they came up with different books to disparage him and shame him. Because guess what? He brought 2 kingdoms together. The United Kingdom being Britain and also Ireland. So guess what? He was a very mighty man in the earth, and he gave birth to King Solomon, right? I mean, not King James, but King David. Who? No, King Solomon wasn't gay. He had 300 wives and 700 concubines. So he had over 1,000 women. But I know you're trying to talk about King James. Was King James gay? No, King James was not gay. He was actually, his name was King James of Scotland. If you go into that word Scot means black. He was a steward. A steward means black.
King James was gay. He was a
Right?
faggot. He was a faggot.
King James,
He gonna call me a faggot.
he
King
was,
James a
he'll
faggot.
be
Go
with
look it up. Go look it up.
Look, he was known as, that's King David, which gave birth to King Solomon. But King James, like I said, do your research. Like I said, a man by the name of Francis Osborne and a man by the name of Sir Anthony Weldon. These were 2 men that lived during the time of King James that were instrumental in selling all of these books and putting out this negativity about King James and his death. Because when he was alive, they wasn't writing, he kicked him out of his court. So just like a nigga being salty now, you find somebody from a job, he might, go online and say something about you. He might come back through and destroy some of your property. You know what I'm saying? No different than King James at that time. And like I said, because he was instrumental in putting a lot of these white nations that were around in subjection, they really prayed for our downfall. Get Jeremiah 17:4.
So you believe
Real
that?
quick.
You really believe that too, huh? That's good. I see you smart, but you got to do the right research.
bro.
You're not getting the right knowledge. You're not getting the right knowledge.
Get Mark 10 and 16 for
You're not
Hebrews
getting the right
11.
knowledge, my nigga.
Ain't nobody smart.
But you're smart though. You smart.
No, hey.
But you're not
Your
getting
flattery will get you nowhere.
But you're not getting
and
right
guess
knowledge.
what? We not smart.
No, you are
Only
telling
thing,
me.
no,
I'm telling you.
no,
You're telling me
no.
you're not getting the right
What
knowledge.
I'm doing is
because you believe that. You actually believe that shit, but it's not true. But you believe it.
But we believe it through faith, which is a gift.
Nigga, please. Which is the
Faith is
spell.
a gift.
Which is the motherfucking spell. You know,
Faith is a
you read the
gift.
books.
Get Hebrews 11
My nigga,
whenever y'all get
this
it.
nigga say I got faith.
Mark 10 and 16, get that in. Jeremiah 17,
Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage.
It says, thou even thyself shall discontinue from our heritage. Meaning we have a very rich heritage, but the scriptures say we're gonna be cut off and discontinue from our heritage. Go ahead.
Y'all basically are Christians.
Even thou, even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
So if we call ourselves colored, black, Afro-American, African-American, a Nuwapian, a Moor, guess what? Those are proverbs and bywords that don't identify us with who we truly are. With our true biblical heritage.
Are you serious?
Right? It said, let us come and cut them off.
Are you serious?
From being a nation. But bring this out one more time.
Are you serious?
Get
Jeremiah 17 and 4.
Are you serious?
And thou, even thyself,
He said,
shall
yeah.
discontinue from thy heritage.
So this is a prophecy that came to pass.
Y'all
Because
niggas-
if you ask our people, what's your true nationality? Because it's 18 nations of men on the planet. This nation is comprised of 12 tribes. So if you're on this sign, this is an indicator that you could be a part of this nation. Because all men have biblical nationalities, but an indicator that you've fallen away or discontinued from your heritage is by calling yourself one of these names on the right hand side. You call yourself African American, West Indian, down to the Mexicans, right? That means that you've fallen away from your rich biblical heritage. We have a heritage. A lot of people are like, what were we doing before we were brought here in slavery? And they told us that we were sold by our kings and our queens. And that's a lot in the earth, right? See, he's jealous because he don't got nothing to teach his people.
Before he came to play, what were we doing? Before he came
Jeremiah
to play,
17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I have gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies
So what were we
in the
doing before we came
land
down to the
which
planet?
thou
What were we doing before we
knowest
came down to the
not.
planet?
It
For
said-
ye have kindled
You can't answer that. You
a
can't
fire
answer that.
in my anger, which
Can't
shall
answer that.
burn forever.
So as an
So
adverse
what were we
effect
doing
of us
before we came down to
disobeying
the planet?
the law, statutes, and commandments of our power, we were sold into the nations. That's why we are here today. A lot of
So
people
what-
don't even know why we're here in the first place.
So what were we
right?
called before we
But
came down to the
it's-
planet?
we've discontinued from our heritage, and we're going to get a
What
little
were we
further.
called before we came down to the
Psalms
planet?
64, Psalms 83 and 3.
You don't know.
brings out.
Just say you don't know.
This
Say you
is
don't know.
Psalms 83 and 3.
Say you
Go.
don't- just say you
They
don't know.
have taken crafty counsel.
It's saying they, because it's 18 nations of
So
men.
the question
This
is-
is one nation
here's the
that's
question.
comprised of 12
Question
tribes.
is, what were we called before we
ahead.
came down to the planet?
They have taken
What were we
crafty
called?
counsel against thy people.
It said that they, meaning the other 17
We
nations, be it the East Indians,
came
the
down
Africans,
to the planet.
the so-called Asians, right? It's saying that they've taken crafty counsel against these people on this sign. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
You got the G20 Summit, you got the Trilateral Commission, you got Bohemian Grove, you got all type of think tanks.
Yep, exactly.
You got all type of think tanks in
So
which
you're smart.
our
So you are
enemies.
smart. So you are smart. So what's up then? Talk to me. Talk to me. What were we called before we came down to the planet? What was our name before we came down to Earth? What was our name?
Asking God patience. All right, so
You can't answer that. I'm asking you seriously.
Salakia, Elder. I'm sorry, he stole my. I'm trying to focus.
I'm
And he
asking you
just
a
being a
question.
demon.
I'm just asking you a question.
Right, this
brother,
is part of the battle.
I'm asking you a question. That's
Right,
all.
bring this out. I was saying how these nations, they are constantly coming up ways to put poison in our food, poison in our water,
That's fact.
barium oxide, you know, the homosexual agenda,
Right,
the
fact.
birth control,
Fact.
you know, Planned Parenthood.
All fact.
You know what I'm saying? All of these are ideas that our enemies have come up for us to graft on. They said they've taken crafty counsel against my people. You start from the top, Salaki.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
It said that we're the hidden ones, meaning we're hidden in the earth from who we truly are as
Nigga,
far as
no,
our
that's the wrong.
biblical
That's
nationality.
that's
right?
a
You can go
horrible
ahead and
wrong.
bring it
That's
up.
wrong. The hidden one, the soul in your body, the soul
They
in your
have
body. Are
taken
you
crafty
serious?
counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
The hidden ones,
They
yes.
have said,
The
come,
soul in your body.
let us cut them
The
off
soul in your
from
body.
being a
I'm
nation,
Munra.
that the name
The
of
hidden one.
Israel
The
be
soul in
no
your
more
body.
in remembrance.
They said, come and let's
The
cut
soul
them
in your
off
body, I'm
from being a
Munra.
nation.
I'm
Right?
Munra.
Because like I was saying,
Go ahead.
this is one nation that's comprised of 12
The
tribes.
hidden ones.
It said that our enemies said, come and let us cut them off
The hidden ones.
from being a nation.
You just said that shit.
The name of Israel be no more in remembrance, because that's why we call ourselves Hebrew Israelites. Right?
The hidden- you
Get
said
second-
the hidden one. You
get
said the
second
hidden ones.
Corinthians 11 and 22 real quick.
Ooh, you teaching the wrong shit,
Because
my
guess
nigga.
what? A lot of
You
people,
teaching the wrong
they like,
shit.
y'all say y'all Hebrew
But you
Israelites,
teaching
are
the
y'all
wrong
Christians?
shit.
In the Bible, it explicitly calls us Hebrew Israelites because we have a very rich and goodly heritage in the earth.
Y'all teaching the wrong
Patriarchs
shit
like
now.
John,
You teaching the wrong
Matthew,
shit.
Mark, King David, King Moses,
The
those are
hidden
our
one
patriarchs.
means the soul in your
Right?
body.
Go ahead.
The hidden
This
one
is
means the
2
soul.
Corinthians 11 and 22.
What the fuck? Get him the
And
phone, man. Get
they,
the phone.
are they Hebrews? So am I.
The
Are
hidden
they
one means the
Israelites?
soul in your
So
body.
am I.
So the scripture said, are they Hebrews? So am I. Meaning, we're one nation of people that's comprised of 12 tribes. And guess what? We have enemies that have said, hey, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. So now you got homosexual
The
body
hidden one
boys
means the
like
soul
this.
in the body.
They'll rather call themselves a Nuwapian than an Israelite from its
The
respective
hidden
tribe.
one means the
Rather
soul
than
in the body.
be a representative of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he want to represent
Why do
Malachi
you not
Z.
know
York.
that?
He want to represent Malachi Z. York, a
How you not know
pedophile. A pedophile that's 10 miles underneath the jail. Right? So he don't want to ride with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He'd rather ride with a pedophile.
It said in the Bible,
Right?
the hidden
And guess
ones,
what?
the
Look,
hidden ones, the
if-
hidden ones.
Hey, any
What?
man that'll wear a halter top like this with his whole ass out with dyed blue dreads, he ain't in no position to rebuke nobody. Hey, this is ground zero for homosexuality. I bet faggots, they dripping at their mouth when they see this little
Yeah,
squeak.
I saw him a picture of her.
It's probably like a tall glass of water to these faggots. You look like a tall glass of
Fair
water.
enough, fair
Look at the
enough.
brains, man.
Hey,
We
fair
can make
enough.
Marcus a clown, man. Look,
Fair
he
enough.
don't have no knowledge. What you see
But I
up here
showed you a
is
picture.
men standing up for the
But I
nation.
showed you
We
100
standing.
bitches.
Hey, get Amos 5
But I
and
showed- where
21.
your bitches? Where your
Right,
bitches?
get
Show me
Psalms
bitches.
97 and 10.
Show me some bitches then.
We'll let you know we
Show me
want
some
brothers to
bitches.
stand up in obedience.
But
For
I
their
showed
nation.
you 100
We
bitches
don't
of
want our
bitches.
people to join into these heathens.
Go ahead, go
We
ahead,
want
go
them to separate from the doctrines and philosophies and the schools of thought they learned from the white man.
But he was a faggot.
This nigga
King
just
James
showed
was
us
a
his
faggot.
nipple and said that we got nipples because we
But
degenerated
King
women.
James is a faggot.
He said that a woman can impregnate herself.
But King James
So that's
is a
what I'm
faggot.
saying. We're not out here teaching that foolishness.
And read from the Bible
We telling
too,
our
which is
men to
bullshit.
eat right. We got dietary
But
laws.
King James
We
is a
telling our
faggot.
men, guess what? You can have as many women as you want, but not another man's
But
woman.
King James
And by
is a faggot.
all means, you're not supposed to be crawling in and out of men's asses.
Right, I agree.
Right?
I
So
agree.
we telling
I
our
agree.
men to stand up.
Right, I
You
agree.
think he in a position to lead a household? Look at this nigga.
But look at you.
You think he in a position to man a household, to put a woman in subjection? You think the kid's gonna listen to this gay nigga? He gonna be taking all the highlighter and the ink from from the daughter to dye his damn
He
hair.
ain't got no bitch. He ain't got no bitch. You ain't got no bitches.
No,
Your-
we-
your
no,
wife
we
is fat.
don't
Your
deal with
wife
bitches.
fat.
We don't deal with
Your
bitches.
wife probably fat. You know you ain't
Very
got no
fat,
bitches.
pretty hot and tempted.
You-
P-H-A-T.
look at
She
that.
fat.
Probably got no bitches.
Amos 5 and 21 for this. Amos 5 and 15.
He want to show off to a nigga right. He gonna show off to a nigga right.
I'm not
This
showing
is-
off. This is a
You
public,
want to
bro.
talk about that before he came? You want to talk about when he came? No,
This
you wanna
is
talk about that
Amos
shit?
5
You
and
tryna show off?
15.
You tryna show
Hate
off?
the evil,
You know, tryna
love
show
the
off,
good,
It's all right, it's
and
all right.
establish judgment in the gate.
He said that we preach hate, and the scriptures say, bring this out one more time.
Call me a
Hate
faggot.
the
I told
evil,
him 100 bitches.
love the
Call me a
good,
faggot. Where your
establish
bitches at?
judgment
Where your
in the
bitches at,
gate.
bro? Where your bitches at?
It may be that the Lord of hosts
Tell me something.
will be gracious
Tell me something.
unto the remnant
So
of
that's a
Joseph.
commandment, to hate the evil and love the good, right? Get Proverbs 14.
The
Because
Bible's
guess
written-
what? The Bible
The
talks
Bible
about
written by a
balance.
faggot. The
The
Bible
scriptures
written
say
by
a false
faggot.
balance is an abomination to
The
the Most
Bible
High.
was written by
That's
a
why the
faggot.
church, they off in balance. Why? Because they teaching love,
The
love,
Bible was
love,
written
love.
by a faggot.
But the scriptures say, hate the evil and love the good. Am I supposed to
scriptures
love a
written by a
pedophile? Am I supposed to love a murderer,
Wait,
an
wait,
adulterer,
wait,
a
wait.
thief, a robber? No, I'm not. It said hate the evil and love the
Bible
good. So that's balance. You hate
written
what's
by a
good
faggot.
and get Psalms 97 and 10 for
The
this
Bible
fact.
written by a
Psalms
faggot.
97 and 10.
Bring it out.
Ye that love the Lord
The Bible
Yahweh
written by a
hate evil.
faggot.
It said, he that loved the Lord hate evil. Go ahead.
The Bible written by a faggot.
Preserving the soul
And the
of
Bible
the
written by
saint
a
of
faggot.
his saint.
Get Isaiah 5 and 20. Get Proverbs 17, 15 for this fact. Right? You ground
The Bible
zero.
written by a faggot.
Look
The
what you got
Bible
on. Why you showing your whole bustier? Why you showing his happy trail? Why the nigga doing this? Who you trying to appeal to?
The Bible.
Atlanta got a nasty reputation in the earth for being the gay capital of the world. Of Babylon. It gets no gayer. It used to be New York with Studio 54, then San Francisco, but it migrated its way down to Atlanta. And now you have men like this, walking out, prancing around the street, showcasing and promoting their ass crack, as if this is the reason why the bus stank. Because he get on the bus, exposing his whole cotton drawers, his whole naked ass is just a little thin layer of cotton separating his ass from the seat. And now we tell him, pull your pants up and be a man. Right? You're supposed to be an example to these younger men. But now he'll rather be a clown. He want to be a creation of the so-called white man. Right? That whole punk rock with a whole bunch of fake jewelry and dyed dreads. We are greater than that. Right? He don't want to just look at himself in the mirror because he's scared to stand up and just be a so-called black man in his captivity. He find more leisure and more comfort being a goddamn character. The women ain't gonna deal with him unless he a character.
Oh, go ahead. About the young generation brainwashed from music, media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Same thing we had to deal with, and we got through it. Right? We had blaxploitation. Our fathers went through that. We had the crack epidemic. We had NWA and all of that other bullshit. Yeah. We got the dope boys and the dope man no different, and guess what? We made it through. We not making no excuses for the young men. The scriptures say that they should seek the Lord in their youth.
The scriptures written by the faggot.
But I want to tell you something. King,
yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to share some with you. King
Yes, sir.
James.
All right, you bring out Proverbs 17.
Was
15.
a punk.
Exactly. I'm trying to tell him that.
That's not true. That's not true, brother.
But
listen. That's not true.
It is true.
Isaiah 5:20.
I'm a Christian.
Hey.
Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Well,
But
you
the Lord saved him.
Isaiah 5:20.
Lord saved.
God saved him?
Now,
God can save anybody.
Give me the proof that King James was a punk. What's your proof?
It's not.
That's barbershop talk.
But no, that's propaganda.
No, well, propaganda is what? A lie that's told over and over again to become the truth. That don't make it the truth.
Right.
So just like I'm asking you, what sources can you prove to substantiate the fact that you're saying King James is a homosexual? And you said I can't have nothing, so you need to bridle your tongue on that topic unless you can really add something to it. Because if you could come with something, we'll listen. Right? Get Proverbs 17, 15.
This is Proverbs 17 and 15. He that justifieth the wicked,
He that justifies the wicked.
and he that condemneth the just.
He that justified the wicked, right? He was justifying Malachi Z. York. He was on trial and he admitted to molesting little children and giving them herpes. But you don't have nothing to say about that. Malachi York is right now 3 miles underneath the ground. You don't have nothing to say about that because he want to justify the wicked and condemn the just. Bring this out one more time.
He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abominations to the Lord.
You're an abomination, which is somebody that Most High hates. Go ahead.
I told y'all he was
Isaiah
gay.
5:20.
Woe
Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
You calling evil good and good evil. We're good.
I
Why?
told y'all niggas that shit, that he's gay. I told you that. You know what?
It said, bring that one more time.
He had to come tell you that.
Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
Go ahead. I'll be quiet.
Yo, let me ask you a question.
I'll be quiet.
That put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Light for darkness for light and light for darkness.
Light is your soul. Light is your
I want to
soul.
talk about what's going on right now with this, you know what I'm saying, with this virus and thing like that. And in fact, talking about like the beat. This is the murder time of the beast. This is how the beast, the Antichrist, was the false picture that they show. Because that's one thing. I mean, in my Christianity belief, I don't believe in that fucking picture. I don't like that fucking picture.
I burn shit like that. That's what's up, brother. Hey, feel free to stomp on it. I've been stomping on it all day.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Why? Because the scriptures give us a description of what he looked like. Blessed is he that readeth Revelation 1 and 3. So guess what? We could go into the scripture and say he got hair like wool, skin like brass, his eyes is red like fire. So if you go through, you see that that is not biblically accurate. Because it said this is the devil. Devil comes from the Latin word diablos, which means deceiver. Right? That's all devil means. It's not Greek or it's not Babylonian mysticism. Because the Roman Catholic Church teaches that there's a devil underneath the ground and you crash through a ceiling and torment you. When the devil, with the scriptures, guess what? We're about to bring you the devil in the scriptures like you haven't heard in church.
Nigga, you are the devil. You don't understand the mystery.
I'm not being a deceiver.
Understand the mystery.
Get Revelations 2
you don't know
and
the mystery
10.
of that word.
Let me talk.
Get
Revelations 2.
Understand the mystery of that. You don't understand the mystery. You are
Hey,
the
hide
devil.
your booty, man.
You can insult me.
Hide your
insult me.
booty.
Hey,
Hide your booty.
Change subject. Change subject. You know you're wrong.
Revelation
You know you're wrong.
2 and
You
get
know it's all
Revelation 2 and
bullshit.
10.
You know it's all
We
bullshit.
gonna edify y'all on the scriptures that the scriptures call the devil a man. We gonna get into Lucifer. Lucifer means what?
And you read from the Bible too. Which is
Lucifer.
bullshit.
Lucifer means light bearer.
Light bearer.
Right,
Right?
light bearer, exactly.
You
Fair
said
enough.
I thought the devil meant light bearer.
Fair enough, light
No,
bearer.
no, I'm teaching
Your
you.
soul.
We
That's
out
your
here to
soul.
teach you. You can't
That's your
teach us a damn
soul.
thing.
The light, you are Lucifer, stupid. That's your soul.
We light bearers on the right hand
My
side.
nigga, the light is your soul, stupid. The light is your motherfucking soul, stupid. The light bearer, your body bears the light. Your body bears the light. Your
Revelation
body
2 and 10,
bears the light of the
Revelation
soul.
I got 2 and 10 right
2
there.
and
Niggas
10,
don't know nothing.
And you hold Revelation 2.
Revelation
Your
2
body
and 10.
bears the light of the
Fear
soul.
none of those things
So you
which
are Lucifer.
thou shalt suffer.
The scriptures say, fear none of those things thou shall suffer.
These niggas
God
don't-
has not
these
given us
niggas-
the
these
spirit
niggas
of
don't know
fear.
nothing. They
If
don't
you
know
are
nothing.
fearful, he cannot deal with you. That's why right now a
These
lot of
niggas don't
people
know
are
nothing.
moving in panic. Why? Because they don't have faith. And guess what? If you don't have faith in this,
You are
it's only
Lucifer.
one thing that you can have
That's the
faith
secret.
in.
That's the
right?
secret.
Hey, did he look attractive to you? Take him with you. Did he?
They be disrespectful. They be disrespectful. They be disrespectful.
No, hey, not to you. I'm just saying.
They be disrespectful.
You know, take him with you, please.
They be
All right,
disrespectful.
Revelation 2 and 10. Go ahead.
Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things
Because they
which
don't-
thou
they don't
shalt
know
suffer.
nothing. They don't know
Behold,
nothing. They
the
don't know
devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Go ahead. Bring yourself in top one more time.
Revelation 2 and 10.
Go.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
It said, fear none of those things thou shalt suffer. Go ahead.
Behold, the devil shall cast some
You
of you
are
into
Lucifer.
prison.
The devil shall what?
You are
The devil
Lucifer.
shall cast some of you into prison.
The devil
You
shall
are
what?
Lucifer.
The devil shall cast some of you into prison.
So it's saying that the devil is not a mythological spirit. It's saying the
That's
devil
you,
is going to
stupid.
cast
That's you.
some of you into
That's
prison.
you.
Go ahead.
That's
that
you.
ye be tried, and ye shall have
devil is your lower
tribulation
nature.
10 days.
The
It said
devil
you shall
is your
have
lower
tribulation 10
nature.
days. So it lets you know that he that endured to the
devil
end
is
is
your
going
lower
to save.
nature.
But it's
All right,
saying
they
that
don't-
guess what? We're going to have to endure until the end. Nobody is saved right now like they say in church. Nobody is saved. You will be saved through endurance. But it's saying fear none of those things because the devil is the scriptures.
That's
Took
your
the
lower
form
nature.
of a man is going to throw some of you into prison, but there's more. Revelation 12 and 12, you bring it out when you got it.
That's your lower
Revelations 12 and 12.
Isaiah 14, 13.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens,
He said, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, go ahead.
and ye that dwell in them.
And ye that dwell in them, go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Uh-huh.
For the devil hath come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he haveth but a short time.
Let that marinate. It said,
That's your
woe
lower
unto, it said the devil gonna come down with great wrath because he knows that he have but a short time. Get Matthew 24 and 14.
Man,
So,
don't
no,
let
hold,
niggas teach you.
hold
They don't know
Isaiah
nothing.
14, 13, hold Matthew 24 and 14. Bring out Isaiah real quick because we're gonna let you know that, okay, the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he's a spirit. But he has physical counterparts being his people.
Yeah.
We're the physical manifestation
Oh, my phone
of
died.
righteousness
My
on
phone
the
died.
planet.
My phone died.
Just like the wicked, he has a physical manifestation. We're gonna get that in
That's
Malachi.
you.
We're gonna get
You're
that
good
in the
and
book
evil.
of Genesis.
You are good and
the scriptures
evil.
say
You are good. That's you. That
the
is
scriptures
you.
say
You are good and evil.
that we gotta study to show ourselves approved, teachers that can rightly divide the word. And how do you rightly divide the
Look
word?
at my phone,
Isaiah
my
20 and
phone
10,
died.
line upon line, precept upon precept. So if we say something, we gotta prove it with a precept, right? To build your faith. And if we don't have a precept to prove it, we're not gonna say it. Get this in Isaiah 14, 13
I'll
about
tell you.
Lucifer.
14 and 13.
Uh-huh.
For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
Just like the white man, he has Hubble spacecrafts. He puts crafts into the air for satellites and so on. He said, I'm going to ascend into the clouds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
the
like
devil,
unto
they
the
don't know
Most High,
that.
starting
The
with
devil,
the Wright
listen,
brothers on
the
this
devil
side.
is your higher
Right,
and
keep
lower
going.
nature. It's your higher and lower nature.
Hey, bro,
right?
that's our viewership. If you want to speak to people on your camera, do that. But don't be a bitch ass nigga.
Nigga, you did to me. I was about you shit, nigga. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a mother. Hey, don't be a hypocrite. You did the same thing to me. Talk about. Go ahead.
This our
Go
platform.
ahead.
This our
He did the same thing to me though.
Hold on.
He did the same thing to me.
But they
This
ain't
our
all in your
platform.
camera right now.
This our
That's what I'm
They
platform.
was all in my shit before you came. They was all in my
Hey,
shit.
this our platform though. If he wanted to teach,
Nigga, you on the public.
teach.
Nigga,
Why don't
I
he
live
go
here.
teach?
I
Why don't
live
he
here.
post up?
I live here. I live here. I
live
live right
in
here.
the
I live
streets?
right here.
I thought you had an apartment.
I live right here, stupid. So it's my shit, nigga.
All right, Isaiah 14.
It's my shit, nigga. I pay price taxes, nigga.
Let's go.
Isaiah 14 and
Talk about W all you all in my shit. The
For
devil
thou
is a
hast
lower
said
nature.
in thy heart,
You got a spirit
I
of
will
a bitch ass
ascend
woman on you,
into
bro.
Hey, but your wife is fat and ugly. Your wife is fat. So fuck the nigga. So what's up? You white nigga?
Hey, man, I love y'all bros, man.
Hey,
Y'all know me.
Isaiah
Right,
14
and they want to be disrespectful. You sound disrespectful.
Now I say,
Y'all want to be
He
disrespectful.
disrespecting himself. Look at this nigga. He disrespecting himself, man. Like he walked outside.
Hey, hey. He disrespecting himself. Hey. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah
Fair enough,
14,
fair enough.
Salakia,
Fair
bro.
enough.
Salakia about that.
Isaiah
Thank you, bro.
14 to 13.
But
But
King
thou hast
James still a
said in thy
faggot.
heart,
King James still a
I
faggot,
will
though.
ascend into heaven.
King James
I
still
will
a faggot.
exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
That shit don't make
I
no
will
goddamn
be
sense.
like
You
the
know that shit don't
Most
make no
High.
sense.
He
What
said,
does he
I'll
mean?
be like the Most High. Right now, the so-called white man, through this vaccination for COVID-19, they said that they're going to put a digital marker to ensure that you got it. So it's
It's
like,
already
how
inside
can
of
they,
you. It's
how
already
can they
inside
make
of you.
sure
It's
that
already
you've
inside
taken
of
this
you.
mark? And they're saying that it's going to be a digital certificate. A digital certificate. So basically, how can they give you an injection and tell digitally that you got it? Because with this vaccine, they're going to start rolling out the mark of the beast that's written of in Revelation 13 and 16. An implantable
That's why they
chip.
push it all the time. Like
Yeah,
you
and just
saying,
like right now with the COVID-19, there's a lot of places are not taking cash. So they're forcing you to do what? Be cashless, where you'll just boop and get up out of there. They even ask you now, do you have a chip? Right? That vernacular wasn't around 4 or 5 years ago, but this chip is going to be put into us. And this is
It's already inside of
with
you.
the
It's
mark
already
of the
inside
beast,
of you.
right?
Y'all don't know that.
It said that he shall sit in the clouds. Go ahead. How you doing, brother? It said that he shall be like the Most High. He shall sit in the clouds. Keep going.
All right. Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the side of the pit.
It said that he shall be brought down into the side of the pit. Even though the so-called white man, he think that he's God. He's even going to try to chip the people. They got a census. He want to be able to monitor the people through the satellites. You can use Google Earth right now to look in your own backyard. So he has the technology and the means to just do that. He could look at a penny from space. Why? Because he wants to be like God. He doesn't believe in God. He believes that he is God, the so-called white man. Keep going.
Verse 16, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee.
Just like they're right now in this time. The so-called white man, white supremacy, meaning the Edomites, they're supreme in the earth, they're top. Now they're losing their status as being supreme on the earth, right? It's saying that they that see the white man, once he's fallen, they shall narrowly look upon him. Go ahead.
And consider thee, saying, is this the man that make the earth to tremble?
That's right. It said, is this the man that make the earth? Bring that, call that precept out one
All
time.
right. This is, so like, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that make the earth to tremble?
All right, so start with Isaiah 14 and 12 real quick. We're just going to go back just so it can stick. Isaiah 14 and 12.
Isaiah 14 and 12.
Huh.
How are they fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
It said, how thou fallen from heaven. Right?
That's
Oh,
you.
Lucifer. Lucifer means light bearer.
Which is
Oh,
you.
son of the
That's
morning.
you.
Now jump back. Is this the man?
All right. Verse 16.
The light is the soul.
They
The
that
bear
look,
is the body.
they
The
that
light
see
is the soul. The bear
thee
is the
shall
body.
narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man
don't-
that
you
made
don't
the
know
earth
nothing.
to tremble,
You niggas don't know nothing.
that did shake kingdom?
Get Isaiah 8 and 20 for him real
Y'all
quick.
teaching that
and we'll jump
bullshit.
back.
Y'all teaching some
Isaiah 8
bullshit.
and 20.
Y'all, you know, and
Get
you know that
Isaiah
too.
8 and
You know
20.
you teaching some bullshit. You know
Get
that.
2 Corinthians 4 and 3
You know
for
that.
him. Isaiah 8
You know
and
that,
20,
man.
2
That's
Corinthians
not
4 and 3,
cool.
and we'll jump right
Yeah, I
back
know,
into it.
yeah.
Yeah, 2 Corinthians
Teach that
4
man
and
some
3.
bullshit. Teach
Because
them some
men
bullshit.
love darkness. They hate light. You know what I'm
That man
saying?
some straight up bullshit. You know
If this
that.
gospel is hid, it's hid to them that are lost. Right? Isaiah 8 and 20, bring it out when you got it.
This is Isaiah 8 and 20.
Uh-huh.
To the law and to the testament,
To the law and to the testimony. Go ahead.
if they